let's establish, first of all, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is sick. It's not injury-related.
Right.
We're looking for a little bit more clarity on Jake Wallman. It did look like he tweaked himself a bit in the third period against Anaheim. Maybe a core issue, but it's pure guessing at this point on my part.
But you know what's funny about that, Bob? If that's the case,
why do you take
the Oilers? Why'd you bring Noah Philp up? You know what I mean? If there's any chance that Wallman gets a little tweaked in Anaheim, you don't have an extra defenseman.
Well, Rob, they made another move today.
True, they did.
So now they can bring up a defenseman for the next game.
Yeah.
but my guess is you didn't know. You didn't have that information.
So that's why when we say he was tweaked, I'm like...
Well, Wallman took the pregame skate. You would think if he had a tweak...
or this morning. Yeah, he had the
morning skate.
He skated this morning.
He skated this morning, so...
But it's
an unbelievable... Like, Rob, okay, so they get McDavid back.
Yeah.
Okay, Nugent-Hopkins... So we start the day, Nugent-Hopkins isn't on the ice. We're like... All right, great. Don't tell me something happened to him. Well, we find out he's a little under the weather. Then McDavid's like one of the first guys off the morning skate after being one of the last guys off for the last week and a half, and he's trying to get his, rehab. So we're going, okay, well, maybe Connor's going to play. We had no idea on Wallman until the pregame warm-up tonight. So let's do the math here.
It's like a shell game.
That's like even Steven, okay? Right now, the hockey gods are saying, we're going to give you Connor back. But Connor's, we can't just pull out Nugent-Hopkins. We're going to have to pull out a couple players.
It's unreal.
We're going to D out of there, too.
All right, so you got Leon, pretty good player. Nugent-Hopkins, pretty good player. Frederick, who's going to give this team something when he gets in. Kane, who's decent player, no question. And if he can get back to... I'll tell you right now, I thought Evander was skating better. Cam, I thought he was skating better at the start of the road trip before he came back to town to deal with a personal matter.
He looked good.
Than he did last year in the playoffs. Like, that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm completely out to lunch, but I thought he looked pretty good out there.
I think he looked very good.
That's the four forwards. Well, now they're down three defensemen. And I don't know, Rob, if you heard, John Klingberg has been placed on LTIR.
Well, yeah, and it makes sense. Now they've got a little bit more money to play with. Hey, getting McDavid back is huge, but losing Wallman is almost bigger. Because now you look at the Oilers' defense.
You only got 5.
You only got 5 to start with.
What if you get a few penalties?
And McDavid is in the lineup, guys. It's official. So
and 2 of the defensemen you have are the defensemen that you're trying to find, I don't know if limited times, but you're protecting at times. Exactly. Emberson and Stetcher. Yeah. So not tonight. You'll be playing them. I mean, I do a lot of coach mentoring, and you go to teams, and in minor hockey, a lot of teams have 5 defensemen. So what you'll see is the coach with a little little dry erase on the back glass. He'll put 2 + 3, 2 and 4, 4 and 5, and he'll have it out there so he knows exactly how to give them all even ice time. So I'm going to watch to see if Koff has got a little marker on the back trying to figure out how am I going to play my 5 defensemen evenly. There's going to be a lot of ice time for the defensemen, and when you only have 5 guys, there's always, a little bit of fear that, that guy just blocked a shot. Okay, I sure hope he stands up or gets hit. Or, it'd be, when you have 6 defensemen, a D-man goes down, we still have 5. But when you're starting with 5, it just makes, there's a little hesitation and a little fear if you're the coaching staff. You know who's excited, though? The 5 defensemen.
Oh, yes, very much so. Yeah, there's a lot of ice time to be had. But your worry always is, yes, somebody could get hit with a blocked shot, but you get into penalty trouble and get yourself equally stressed on the back end with a lot of minutes for not a lot of players.
No, you're kind of, you're not hoping for, but whenever I played, I'm like, you know what, if we get a couple of, who's the forward that's going to go back and play defense if we get into penalty trouble?
Who's ever played D here?
Yeah,
who started his junior career as a defenseman?
See, I would have had my hand up right away, but right now the coach is in the draft, and I bet you Chris Knobloch will know before this game starts.
You have to.
If which player am I capable of putting back there in a pinch if needed? You don't want to be trying to figure that out in the middle of the game.
No. You're right. And you're right. That's exactly what you have to look at that road because, anything could happen. And the last thing you want to do is
it appears,
be caught with 3D.
Well, it literally has been. Anything can happen with the Oilers.
True. Today, just today.
It's crazy. All right, Rob, let's go to the forward. Well, no, we're not yet there with the forward keys of the game because we still got some work to do here. But give me your So for Edmonton, you get Connor back.
Yep.
You're going to have to play smart. We both know it's going to be a significant difference on the power play. This is a big, like, people say, well, it's not that big. If they still haven't technically secured a playoff spot, have they?
Well,
no, they have not.
Yeah, they have. They're in the playoffs.
You're going to give it to them,
Yes, I'm giving them the playoff spot. Again, it's an audition for a number of players that want to be. I mean, you talked about it. The number of players that are going to come back come playoff time. So a lot of the players that are playing tonight won't be in it. So there's competition up front. Which one of these guys are going to be in the lineup? Which ones aren't? And then now on the back end, it's between Stetcher and Emberson when everyone's healthy. Which one's in the lineup? Well, both of them are going to get, it's not there where they're getting 8 minutes or 10 minutes. They're both going to be 14, 15 plus minutes tonight. Good opportunities for both those players, and it's against a quality opponent, Mooner. The St. Louis Blues they're not the Ducks. They're not the Sharks. This is a team that just won 12 games in a row, and only the best team in the NHL was able to stop them. So to me, it is the audition tonight that I'm looking forward to watching.
Absolutely. You're at that point in time, and against a very good opponent. The Blues are 18-3-2 since that Four Nations break. They have been rolling. And
that's all they are, right?
That's it. Not a big deal. And that game with Winnipeg went down to the wire, too. They were right there in it, and Connor Hellebuck made some saves late. So it's going to be a tough test. You're going to put some stress, I think, on the 5D on the back end. And you will need some saves from Calvin Pickard tonight.
By the way, let's talk about Calvin Pickard for a second. Gets the Masterton nominee from the media for his perseverance to the game. Rob, this guy 2 years ago didn't get a game in the NHL. He was in the minors the entire year.
Well, and we talked about it with Bryn downstairs. If Jack Campbell doesn't implode, does Calvin Pickard ever get another game in the National Hockey League? Probably not. He probably finishes his career in the minors, and at the end of his career will say, you know what, I had a pretty good run. Instead, there's Jack Campbell. It doesn't turn out. He comes up to the Oilers. The Oilers turn their season around, and it was on the back of Skinner and Calvin Pickard.
Yes, it was.
Pickard did a lot of good things for the Oilers. He steadied them when they needed it. We saw what he's done this year. I mean, he should be proud of that Masterton. He absolutely should be proud of that Masterton and
nomination. Yes.
Yeah. So he is a feel-good story. That one that. When this whole season ends, hopefully in a parade at some point. But that will be one of the stories people will talk about going forward about this Oilers team this year. Calvin Pickard will be a big part of it.
A guy that, like, throughout his career, I mean, early played a lot in the NHL, and then the middle, not so much, and a lot of time in the American Hockey League. And to come to the rink every day with the attitude that he has and the work ethic that he has, that when he was going to get that opportunity, which he got here in Edmonton, he was able to take advantage of, because it's a small window, Rob, as you know. If you're not good early, you might not ever get another chance. And he came in, did a great job throughout the last season, in the playoffs again this year, picking up where he left off. It's a great tribute to him, that nomination, but it's fully deserved with what he does day in, day out here, and the results that he has got in games.
Well, and a lot of guys wouldn't have been prepared for that chance.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys would have just, this is where I'm going to be. You know, the workouts aren't as strong. The commitment's not there as much. But he had it, and good on him for getting the opportunity. Another thing, too, about this game that I'm looking forward to is I always look at teams that come in, some of the stars that they have to watch. I love watching Robert Thomas play. He is a fantastic two-way hockey player, and we will see a lot of him tonight.
Let's go to the Ford keys to the game. They are brought to you by Ford, who is the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud. Rob Brown, give us the keys.
I got two main keys. The one main key, if you're missing a bunch of players out of your lineup, as the Oilers are, you can't control the skill level of your team, but you can control the desperation and the urgency you play with. And I think the Oilers have a number of players they're going to want to play with that kind of urgency tonight. And the number two key for this hockey club is number 97. That is just a key in itself. Having 97 in the lineup today, the Edmonton Oilers are that much better a hockey team because Connor McDavid is playing.
There you go. That's our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. More with Rob and Bryn Griffiths during the end of the roll, first and second intermissions. And Rob will join me post-game as well. We're going to drop the puck shortly. Within about 4 minutes, Cam Moon with the call on 40 Oilers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio.
Hey, Canada. Want to make learning fun? Education Station is your local destination for the best educational toys, games, and resources to help kids grow.
My mom takes me to Education Station because she's invested in my future.
From hands-on activities to brain-boosting games, Education Station makes learning exciting for kids of all ages. Parents and teachers love them too.
Learning is so much fun.
Support local. Visit Education Station in store or online at educationstation.ca.
And inspire a love of learning today.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
Hey, Edmonton. Ever think about who gets your hard-earned money when you buy groceries or gas? For all you know, it could be buying a second yacht or private jet. But at Co-op, they put it right back into the community. That's because they're owned by 120,000 everyday Edmontonians, not a corporation. Feel good about where your money goes when you shop Co-op. Visit in-store for details.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of Ford favorites. Save up to $7,000 on select 2025 Escapes and up to $6,000 on 2025 Bronco Sports. Or finance at 0% for up to 60 months.
Plus, save up to $12,000 on select 2025 F-150s or finance at 0% for up to 72 months.
Spin the wheel and win an iPad, barbecue, Costco card, a smoker, and more.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
This is OilCountry. Now, with the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Edmonton Oilers are back at home, and tonight they host the St. Louis Blues. Good evening, Cam Moon, along with Bob Stauffer, Brent Griffiths, Rob Brown, Jack Michaels, Brendan Escott. We are the Oilers Radio Network. Our starting lineup is brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, Adam Henrique with Zach Hyman and Victor Arvidsson. On defense, Darnell Nurse, Troy Stetcher. In goal, it's Calvin Pickard. For the Blues, Robert Thomas with Pavel Buchnevich and Jordan Cairo. On defense, Philip Broberg and Justin Falk. In goal, it's Jordan Bennington. The referees, Carter Sandlack and Francis Charon. It's Travis Toomey and David Brisebois on the lines. We drop the puck. We're underway here at Rogers Place, the Oilers and the Blues. And the puck at the Edmonton blue line. Buchnevich forced back to center, gives it to Thomas. He'll shoot it in. Pickard will set it in behind the net. We'll have to play the puck up the left wing. Off of Arvidsson, it comes out. Thomas across to Buchnevich inside the Edmonton end to the right wing. A shot by Thomas that goes off a skate up into the air, cleared out by Henrique. In the neutral zone, Henrique's able to chop it in. Leddy will take it behind his net for the Blues. Up to Fowler as he comes up the left side to center ice for Foxa. Foxa will put it in on net, blockered away by Pickard, and up the right wing. Brown to center, now on the right side to McDavid, in over the line to the middle to Skinner. That just goes off his stick. Skinner trying to keep it alive, but Foxa up the right wing to center ice to Toropchenko, and it goes into the Edmonton bench. We get a whistle, 1 minute, 1 second gone here in a scoreless first period.
Well, a lot of fans have been saying Jeff Skinner's got to get a better opportunity. He's never going to get a better opportunity than tonight, playing a line with Connor McDavid. And unfortunately, puck bobble on him in the first chance, high slot, and a look from Connor after Brown freed it up down the right side for McDavid to get the zone entry.
They'll put the face-off right at center ice. Blues had their 12-game win streak come to an end with a loss in Winnipeg. It was on Monday. Up the left wing, puck dumped into the Edmonton zone. Pickard got it to the left wing. The Podkolzin will come back for it. Go in behind the Edmonton net to Bouchard. Up the right side to Perry. Gets it out to center ice, skating onto it. Podkolzin, he's towards the net. His backhand off the stick of Falk, and it goes over the goal. Now in behind the net, it's Corey Perry, digs it free to the left wing point. Kulak across to Bouchard, a snapshot. That's blocked by Neighbors, goes up into the air. Shen on the boards on the right takes a hard hit from Podkolzin, and the puck along the boards. Shen will get it out through the middle to Falk at center, and now off the stick of Neighbors. It goes into the Edmonton zone. We're scoreless in the first. Oilers and the Blues here at Rogers Place. Bouchard with it in his own zone will take it in behind the net. Fifth in defenseman scoring coming into tonight's action as Bouchard steps out and up the left wing onto the tape of Philp. Noah Philp in over the line, up from Bakersfield. Out it to the left wing corner, back to Philp. That goes off his stick. On the left side, Suter will get it out. Shot back in by Max Jones. Tucker back for it, couldn't get it out, hit Jones. Jones gets it in front of the net, and it is covered up by Binnington. And then Jones gets into it a little bit after the whistle. 2 minutes, 24 seconds gone here in a scoreless first.
Yeah, a little glove tap there. Tyler, was that Tyler Tucker? Because he can chuck him. It's Falk, 72, not 75. Good hit by
Podkolzin.
Podkolzin, and it was Tucker that was involved in the sequence on the net drive there in front. Cross check from Sundqvist from behind on Jones, and Jones gave a little up tap back.
Face off to the left of Binnington. 35 saves and a 5-4 win versus Colorado on Saturday. That was his last game. Joel Hofer played in that game in Winnipeg on Monday.
Very similar numbers between both Binnington and Hofer this year. Hofer represented by Jerry Johansson out of Edmonton. Binnington, 6 years in the minors before he became the guy for the Blues.
Cleared up to center ice. Walker into the Edmonton zone. Wedged on the boards by Nurse.
Excellent takeout by Darnell there.
He now has it across to Bouchard, up to center ice to Connor Brown. Snap the puck in. Binnington unable to stop it behind the net. Falk around the boards and hit somebody at the Blues bench. There'll be a face-off in the St. Louis zone. Of course, Jordan Binnington having that heroic overtime in the Four Nations final.
He was spectacular.
Oh my.
You know, and there was lots of guys out there that were questioning his selection to the team. You might work with one of them. Because I was one.
Hey, I was with you on it, but he was unbelievable in overtime.
And as a result, I did the dance of joy in the hotel room in Philadelphia. The always neutral broadcaster that I am.
That's right. Buchnevich is going to get it out. Long pass up the right wing to Thomas. Put it through the middle. Broken up by Emberson. And Henrique in the left wing corner in the Edmonton zone. He got checked on the play. To the top of the circle is Kyrou. Cycled it. It goes in behind the Edmonton net, but up the right wing. Arvidsson will get it out. To center ice to Henrique. Now in over the line to Arvidsson. He'll look to the net edge. Shot! And that's off the stick of Broberg. Goes wide. Kulak will keep it in left wing corner. But it's right on the boards. And brought out to center ice. Kyrou into the Edmonton zone to Robert Thomas. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. Over to the left wing. Top of the circle. In front of the goal to Kyrou, but off his stick. Along the boards inside the Oilers zone. Thomas, top of the circle to the blue line for Fowler. Off the end boards. Buchnevich is tied up by Emberson. It's along the boards inside the Edmonton end, and now Emberson in behind that Edmonton goal.
Fowler's been a huge pickup for Doug Armstrong and the Blues.
Just about 4 minutes gone here in a scoreless first. Emberson out from behind the net through the middle. Up the right wing, onto the tape of Podkolzin and cuts into the middle. Give it to Perry. Now to Mark went off his stick and across to Jake Neighbors, the former Edmonton Oil King. He'll get to center ice. Off the right wing boards and in. It goes behind the Edmonton net. Nurse chops it to the left side. Janmark to the line and just out. As Tucker spins around, shoots it back in. Pickard can leave it behind the net to Nurse. Nurse through the middle to Stetcher. It's over center, softly dumps it in. His glove down and cleared out by Tucker down the ice there by Falk, but it wasn't icing. And Bouchard waits it behind the Edmonton goal and now looks through the middle to Kulak. Kulak poked off his stick by Sundqvist. It's at the Edmonton blue line. Spinning through the middle. Skinner dumped it in. Falk in his own zone for the Blues. Up to center ice. Sundqvist off the left wing boards it in. Dvorsky after it on the end. And the puck on the left wing. Dvorsky just playing in his second NHL game. It's in the left wing corner, and it's Bouchard in behind the Edmonton net. Up the left wing to Kulak, to center ice to Brown, to Kulak. He'll wind up, blast a shot off the arm of Binnington. Kulak, the left wing, top of the circle in the blue zone. Forced back to the blue line, throws it across to Emberson. Now on the right, McDavid spins, goes to the right corner, now in behind the net. To the left side to the top of the circle. To Brown, he'll get it in front and roll it just wide. The puck along the boards inside St. Louis territory. Broberg around to Falk. Coming down was Nurse. Pokes it to the left corner. Off the stick of Brown. Broberg rims it. Emberson keeps it in. But Dvorsky will get it out to center ice. Over center, dumps it in.
Good tempo and pace early to this game.
Scoreless here in the first. Just over 6 minutes gone in the opening period. As Nurse to center ice shoots it in. Binnington put it up on the glass. It'll get to center ice off the stick of Walker. Stetcher across to Bouchard. Back to Troy Stetcher on the right wing for Kapanen. He directs it in. Puck rimmed. Poroshenko through the middle of the ice to Foxa. He'll poke it in on the backhand, and it goes in behind the net. Then Pickard lost it, and that centering pass broken up by Henrique.
Good defensive support there from Henrique.
Stetcher will get it out.
St. Louis is fast and they're physical. Both teams are laying the body early here.
Kapanen into his own end to Stetcher, now to Bouchard. Bouchard waits at the Edmonton blue line, retreats a bit. And now through the middle, his pass just over the stick of Hyman. Binnington's got to do something with it. Threw it to the right corner for Suter. Get it out through center ice. Thomas in over the line to Kairou's pass. Hit a skate. It goes in behind the Edmonton goal. On the end boards, Arvidsson to the right wing, but Buchnevich back to the point. Leddy to the middle of the ice. Now to the left, but goes off a stick, comes back to the point. Fowler has it on the left. To the left wing corner. Thomas in front of the net, just missed Kairou. Hit the corner boards and it comes out. Center ice, Buchnevich across to Thomas. Thomas in front of the goal and just past Kairou. Now Kairou has it right wing. Corner to Buchnevich. Loose puck went to Janmark.
Ref took him out.
He did. Threw it up the right wing and out to center ice comes Podkolzin and into the blue zone. Goes to the right corner. Broberg dumps him down. Puck comes free. Snuggerud will get it to center ice. Just shoots it in. Bouchard rimming it. Just over 8 minutes gone here. Scoreless first. The Oilers and the Blues. Perry off the right wing boards into the blue zone. His pass to the middle and Podkolzin the chance. Had save made by Binnington to the right wing point. Bouchard over to Nurse. Went to shoot it. Now Binnington jumps on Perry and that starts everybody in. And Perry's trying to get it Shen, or Nurse trying to get it Shen. Perry's tied up with Neighbors.
Perry might be fighting Neighbors here.
Oh, here we go. Perry and Neighbors. They got the gloves off. As they tie up top of the circle inside the blue zone. Nobody's throwing a punch yet. Perry's going to wind up a right. Throws a right. Neighbors with one from underneath. Now just holding on, and the linesman will get in there. Perry had some words for Binnington as he went by.
Well, Binnington's got to. There should be 2 penalties. The Oilers should get a 4-minute power play here.
We're going to sort the penalties out. We're going to take a break. It's the Oilers and the Blues scoreless here in the first. We played 8:21. We'll be right back. It's starting to get good. From Rogers Place, Sport Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Downsizing, upsizing, or staging your home to sell? Sentinel Storage is Edmonton's team for affordable storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Sentinel Storage, proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey folks, Paul Brandt here. Around these parts, we work hard, play hard, and we demand the best. Sometimes you need a truck that's a cut above. The Ford Super Duty. Tough enough for any job with the style and luxury you deserve. It's as powerful as it is refined, with cutting-edge features that make every drive a pleasure. In short, this ain't your everyday pickup. The Ford Super Duty. Drive the finest truck Alberta has to offer today at your Alberta Ford dealer. And tell them PV sent you.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stewart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
And there they go to Sentinel Storage. They unload the snowblower, grab the lawnmower, snowblowers, a lawnmower. They shoot, we store.
Need extra space? Store your winter gear at Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinel.ca. Proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon along Bob Stauffer. Oilers, Blues. Still at zeros. 8:21 gone in the first period. Still figuring out the penalties. Oilers look to be on a power play. There's 2 up on the board for St. Louis. They've not assigned a number to that 2 minutes.
Should be 4.
Oh yeah, Jordan Binnington gave Perry a shot in the back of the head and then tackled him.
Then jumped him from behind.
Yeah. Perry had words for him after his fight with Jake Neighbors. Perry is in the box for Edmonton. Neighbors is in there right now for St. Louis.
Not quite sure.
I see what got Binnington all fired up. Yeah, he landed up getting the
but it was unintentional.
The leg of Perry got him in the face as he was down. Then he got up, smacked Perry in the back of the head, then tackled him. So, and Corey Perry's none too happy at the penalty box right now.
This might not be over between those two.
I'm sure it isn't. Yeah, I'm sure it isn't. Okay. Snuggerud's going to serve the penalty.
Oilers' power play, by the way, has dropped below 25%. It's went from 6th to 9th in one game after going 0 for 6. It's at 24.6%, 9th in the league. Blues penalty killing is the weakest part of their team. They're 28th in the league at 73.6%. The Oilers get McDavid back.
Oiler Power Play is brought to you by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Puck shot down the ice. Pickard will set it up. Bouchard through the middle to McDavid. Flying in over the Blues line. Knocked off his stick. Off the stick of Skinner, and a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Buchnevich in over the line with Suter. To Suter, the shot scores. Ryan Suter cut back across the grain and made a good backhand. It's 1-0 St. Louis.
So Jeff Skinner's having a real tough game. He turns the puck over for the second time in the game, and Skinner's all over the refs here. And he just got a misconduct because he got interfered with coming up the ice. Tyler Tucker cheap shotted, and now and the Oilers bench is livid. There was interference coming up the ice. Skinner was trying to get back in the play. I think it's 4-4 here. I think they gave him a minor, unsportsmanlike.
Even it up. Suter gets his second of the year. 8:44 time of the goal. Make it 1-0 for the Blues. And you're correct.
No, it's 5-on-4. You got a misconduct.
I got you. He just got the 10. Puck shot into the Blues bench. It'll be a face-off in the St. Louis zone. So, yeah, he just got a 10. So, Suter from Buchnevich, shorthanded at 8:44.
How can they call goalie interference when they weren't calling that initially? That's just a gutless call. That's a way to even things up. And then they don't call a cheap shot off the draw on Skinner. This game has it's boiling right now, Cam. It's boiling.
Face off to the right of Bennington. On the ice and up here, too. Puck goes over to the right wing, and from the right wing point is Bouchard. Goes into the skates of Buchnevich. He'll get it to the line, and it did come out. It's offside against Edmonton. Minute 22 to go.
Well, Jeff Skinner's had 2 point-blank looks in the high slot, 1-5-8-5. And, I mean, he's been given an opportunity tonight, and he misfired, then he turned the puck over, and then he got picked off coming back. This after he got hacked right off the draw. It's not gone well for him tonight.
Puck shot all the way down the ice by Suter, the goal scorer. And it's inside the Edmonton zone. Nurse has it left wing corner. Up the right wing to Bouchard. Fire it back through the middle, and McDavid comes in over the Blues line. Over to the right, off the boards to the blue line to Bouchard. Bouchard on the right wing, top of the circle to McDavid. To Bouchard, one-timer, did not get through. Nurse on the left point will keep it in. To the right wing for McDavid. McDavid looking to the net. Goes low, back to the point. Nurse to McDavid off the right wing, into the middle, and unable to get a shot was Arvidsson. Puck to the blue line. Nurse on the right side to McDavid. McDavid shot, and a save by Binnington. Arvidsson to the blue line for Nurse. Left side, Bouchard to Nurse. His shot saved by Binnington. McDavid goes in behind the net with it. He'll stop back there. Banks it to the right wing point to Nurse. 1-0 Blues here in the first. To McDavid. To Nurse down the left wing. To McDavid. To Nurse in the left wing corner. Now to Arvidsson. Right corner. Arvidsson along the right wing boards. Penalty almost done. Bouchard down the left wing to McDavid. Centering pass off the stick of Arvidsson. It goes out of play. With 9:34 to go here in the first, we're going to take a break. 1-0 Blues lead the Oilers from Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
9:34 to go in the first. 1-0 Blues lead. Shorthanded goal by Ryan Suter. Face off in the blue zone to the right of Binnington. Edmonton 0 for 1 on the power play. Janmark, Kapanen, Podkolzin on the ice with Stetcher and Kulak. Schenn will take the draw for the Blues. All right, they drop the puck, goes in behind the net. Robert on the left wing to center ice to Bolduc. Throw it in, cross corner, hits the glass, goes in behind the net. Stetcher rimming it, knocked down by Bolduc. To the left wing for Schenn. Now Bolduc to Schenn, top of the circle, left side, the Edmonton zone. Rims on the right. Leddy came in from the right wing point to Snuggerud, now to Schenn. Schenn in the right wing corner. Kulak takes him to the end boards. Janmark got it around. Comes back to him to the middle of the ice, and Kulak can get it out on the right wing to Podkolzin. Want to go through the middle, and that's knocked down. Snuggerud in over the line to Schenn. Put it towards the net, steered aside by Pickard. Snuggerud left corner, angle shot, got blocked. It's up against the boards, and Stetcher can go in behind the Edmonton net. Left side to Kulak, back to Stetcher. 8:35 to go in the first period. 1-0 Blues lead. Emberson came back to get the puck and now snaps a long pass. Nurse set it at the blue line, comes back to center ice, and Emberson chops it just into the blue zone. Fowler goes in behind his goal. To the right, off the boards and out. Stepping up was Nurse, icing waved off. Emberson around the right wing, now to Hyman, in over the line. He's going to go to the net, didn't get a shot, and there was Henrique. It went off his stick, left wing side to Hyman. Along the boards, it goes in behind the net. Thomas to get it out. Cross to Dvorsky on the right side to Kyrou. He'll shoot it in. Emberson with it in front of his own goal. Center ice on the left to Jones. He'll shoot it in, and Binnington out of his net. Oh, backhand up the right wing. Toropchenko trying to get it out. He can't. Connor Brown kept it in. Out through the middle, Walker. His pass, trying to find Toropchenko. It misses, goes into the Edmonton zone on the right wing. To the right wing corner, Bouchard took a hit. Then Walker from the angle, saved by Pickard. Puck into the corner. Bouchard to the middle of the ice. To Max Jones, off the left wing boards and in. Fowler going back forward. Toropchenko in there too. Connor Brown passed to the point, skips over the stick of Bouchard and came out.
It was a tough pass for Bouchard to pick up.
Right wing to Brown. Just over the center ice line. And across. Philp comes down the left wing. A shot and a save by Bennington. Noah Philp off the left wing with a quick shot on net. And Bennington made the stop and covered it with 6:53 to go in the first. And the Blues up 1-0.
Yeah, good luck there from Noah Philp. Max Jones is playing a little bit of a burr in his saddle right now. I thought Hyman was actually offside on that attempted net drive, and then the Oilers just couldn't follow. There's been 2 or 3 opportunities with high slot chances, and the Oilers haven't been able to make them count. And without Corey Perry and Jeff Skinner, the Oilers are get the blender out right now.
They sure do. Puck goes to the blue line. Nurse, a shot tipped off the crossbar.
That was Philp with the deflection. He won the draw, and he tipped it right off the crossbar.
Buchnevich to Letty around the boards, just past Nurse and down the ice. It'll be icing against St. Louis. The Oilers come that close to tying the game.
Oh, Philp just about had his first NHL goal.
And this is 13th game. His last game was February 4th at St. Louis. He's been in Bakersfield.
Yeah, 15 goals, 30 points, plus 7, 52 games in Bakersfield. Does not play in the first unit power play. Which, by the way, has not been a very good power play this year. And they got a lot of injuries down there right now.
Philp to take the draw. Wins it to Kapanen. Tried to shoot it, got blocked. Got it to the point. Bouchard let it go wide of the net. Bolduc out with it to Sundqvist. Broken up at the Edmonton blue line. Broberg will shoot it in. Out from behind the goal is Bouchard. Now up the left wing. Into the St. Louis zone. His shot. Glove saved by Bennington. And he's going to hold on to that. With 6:11 to go here in the first. The Blues up 1-0. Oilers down a D. They got 5D in this game. And then you got 2 forwards for stuck in the penalty box right now. So, yeah. Bit shorthanded. Face off to the left of Binnington. Henrique will take the draw against Shen. Gets into their skates to the middle of the ice and brought out to centers. Neighbors takes a hit from Hyman. The puck at the Edmonton blue line. Snuggerud will get it in, then lost it to Janmark. In over the Blues line. His pass at Snuggerud picked that off.
Oilers got a quick passing backwards.
Shen into the Edmonton zone, bounces it towards the net. That pinballs off a few sets of skates over to the right wing, and it's Stetcher to get it out. Shen inside his own end. Throw it across. That goes through the middle. That'll be icing against the Blues. 5:36 to go here in the first. 1-0 St. Louis leads. Faceoff will be to the right of Binnington. Ryan Suter, the goal scorer. It was a shorthanded tally at 8:44 this first period. He dropped the puck. It wasn't right. Well, that's because Bouchard's stick snapped, and he was going to get a new one. And now he has it. David, Arvidsson, and Brown out there for the Oilers. Shen to take the draw, but it goes to McDavid in behind the net. Tried to bank it off of Binnington. It hit the outside of the goal, and the puck to the corner. Up and out by Shen. Glove down inside the Edmonton blue line by Nurse. Left wing to Arvidsson. To Nurse as he goes behind the Oiler net.
Pretty passive 1-2-2 here from St. Louis.
Nurse up the right wing to Arvidsson. Arvidsson in over the Blues line. Right wing for Brown, and it's chopped near the blue line, which Buchnevich will clear it out to Thomas. Thomas, 9-game point streak coming into this. He gave it away, and it's McDavid to the Blues. Just into the blue zone and comes out. McDavid has it again. Pass came across off the stick over to Robert Thomas. Give it to Fowler in his own zone. Up the left wing off the stick of Buchnevich. Goes into the Edmonton end. Philp on the end boards. To Kulak, now up the right wing for Emberson. Stood up by Broberg. Puck into the blue zone. Walker, left wing to Broberg. Off the left wing boards and in. Kulak to the corner. Hit Walker with his clearing attempt. Philp gave it back to Kulak. Kulak up the left wing. Long pass for Kapanen. That doesn't get to him. Inside his own end is Emberson. Shots just 5-4 for Edmonton. 1-0 Blues lead. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Emberson right at the Edmonton blue line. He'll go off for a change. Leaves the puck to Stetcher. Stetcher to Henrique. And center ice to shoot it in. That's off a stick. Goes off the mesh. We get a whistle. We'll take a break. 3:45 to go in the first. 1-0. Blues lead the Oilers from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com. It's a new era for Ford in Edmonton. Welcome to Big West Ford. Located westbound on Stony Plain Road just east of the Henday, Big West Ford is Edmonton's newest and most exciting Ford dealership. Whether you're after the legendary F-150, the powerhouse 350 Super Duty, or the adventurous Bronco, they've got you covered with exceptional selection and service right here in your city. Big West Ford, driven by you. Visit Big West Ford at 18208 Stony Plain Road or online at bigwestford.com.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, 1-0 Blues lead the Oilers. 3:45 to go in the first period. Ryan Suter, the goal scorer. Oilers 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's back with life-changing jackpots. Tonight's Oilers caring for OilCountry 50-50 jackpot, sitting at $478,000 and climbing. Our next lucky winner could be you. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/5050. Face-off would be right at center ice. Yeah, Mark in the circle with Braden Shen. Neighbors with the puck for the Blues into the Oilers zone on the right wing. Slows up, stops at the hash marks. His cross-ice pass picked off, and it's Podkolzin. Down the right wing and in over the line. Leaves the puck to Janmark, comes back to Podkolzin. Rips it around to the right. Stuggerud will get it out to Neighbors. He's got Podkolzin on him, takes him to the boards on the right wing. And the puck in the corner. And wheeling up the right side and going through the middle is Matthias Janmark. Center ice, he'll dump it in. Broberg, across to Leddy. Leddy to center ice. Shen lost it at the Edmonton blue line. Goes in on the right wing, and McDavid had that go off his stick. Kulak trying to recover. Kyrou up the right wing boards. Now a penalty coming up to Edmonton when they touch it. Kyrou down the right wing, a shot, maybe off the arm of Pickard to the left wing point to Fowler. Down to the left wing corner. Kyrou left side for Thomas. Buchnevich to Bolduc into the corner. Kyrou for Thomas to the high slot for Fowler. Winds up, doesn't shoot. Has it now on the left wing point. Across on the right, Buchnevich to Fowler. Left wing to Thomas. Across, Buchnevich waiting. Over to Thomas. In front of the net, just missing Kyrou for the tip in. And the Oilers do touch it. And now the penalty going to the Edmonton Oilers. Going to be a hooking call with 2:06 to go in the first. 1-0 Blues lead.
McDavid going to the box. Oilers penalty killing. Cam has moved up to 17th in the league at 77.9%. St. Louis power play 17th at 21.5. Got to win draws, and the Oilers' best face-off man's on their ice right now. It's Adam Henrique, 55.3%.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Face-off to the left to Calvin Pickard. 1-0 Blues. 2:06 to go in the first. Snuggerud poked it back to the point. Has it now on the right wing. To the right wing corner. To the blue line to Fowler. Left side to Bolduc. To the left wing corner. Thomas to the point. To Fowler. Walks in. A shot. And that partially blocked. Rolls to the side of the net. Pickard kept it out. Saucered to Fowler in the middle of the blue line. A shot. Blockered away by Calvin Pickard. The left wing corner, Snuggerud to the point to Fowler. Left wing to Thomas. Thomas to the middle to Fowler across the one-timer. Great save by Pickard. And the puck cleared away by Emerson. It was in the crease and down the ice it goes.
And Oilers are lucky that didn't end up in the net.
Out to center, Fowler. Dropping it to Shen. Cross to Cairo, lost it at the Edmonton blue line, and Podkolzin can shoot it down the ice. We're coming up to the last minute here in the first. 1-0 Blues lead. Blues on the power play. Left side, Shen will dump the puck into the left wing corner. Along the boards, Neighbors trying to get it free. Shen is in there as well. Sent to the line, kept in. Falk will get it across the one-timer. Great stop by Pickard, sliding across, and he covers it up. The pass over to the right wing. It was a one-time shot as Dvorsky let it go, and Pickard makes an outstanding save. Cam, Moon, and Bob Stauffer. We're here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Calvin Pickard with some incredible saves on this penalty kill.
Pickard trying to buy himself an extra second here.
Exactly what he's doing is he's adjusting his mask.
Oilers have been dominated in the face-off circle in this game. St. Louis won 2/3 of the draws, 66.7%.
Pickard done with the manufactured timeout, so we can get to the last 42 seconds of the first period. Henrique wins the draw. Nurse cranks it around the boards. It's kept in on the right wing point by Falk. Falk comes across the line to Thomas. Down the right wing, throws it back to Falk, across to in front of the net, and the pass or the shot from the middle by Shen never got through. Cairo over to Thomas in front of the goal, pad save by Pickard, and the puck in the middle of the ice, and Henrique will get it out. 15 seconds to go in the period.
Wow, Shen just got drilled by,
look out, Neighbors, centering pass, and that one just misses his stick. It's on the right wing, back to the point. Penalty over. Kept in by Thomas. Left wing corner, and the save by Pickard at the last second as the penalty expires. The Oilers are able to survive that penalty kill with the saves by Calvin Pickard.
Well, there's no question that St. Louis looked like a team that had won 12 of their last 13 games, and they're down a couple really good players, but they're not down 8. Yeah. And that's the position Edmonton's in right now. And frankly, the Oilers lucky to have survived that late St. Louis power play, only down by a goal. A bad, tough period for Jeff Skinner. He had 2 point-blank looks. The first one, he was at 5-on-5, didn't pull the trigger. The second one, fielded transition the other way in a 2-on-1. And this was after he got cross-checked right off the draw. They missed it. Then he got interfered with coming back on the backtrack, trying to make amends for the turnover. And result is the Blues are up 1-0 after one, and Edmonton's got a lot of work to do. Hello, Colton. How you doing? Good seeing you.
St. Albert's Colton Parayko
There we
just
go.
came by.
Yeah.
Great to see him.
Good to see him. I got to get down.
Okay, get out of here already. 1-0. St. Louis leads the Oilers after 20 minutes of play. Ryan Suter, he had the goal. It was a shorthanded marker at 8:44. Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, they are ready to go. They got the first intermission for you when we come back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
880 Ched and Jubilations Dinner Theater want to celebrate you. Join Eileen Bell April 23rd for Listener Appreciation Night and enjoy highbrow hilarity with the Big Bang Parody, a musical. Visit 880ched.com for your chance to win. Then get ready to eat, drink, and stink as Qualico presents Sorrentino's 33rd Garlic Festival, supporting Alberta Lungs Breathing Space. Visit garlicfest.ca to learn more.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Shen is in there as well. Sent to the line, kept in. Falk will get it across the one. Tucker, great stop by Pickard, sliding across, and he covers it up.
And that's our highlight zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone, and welcome to the first intermission. After 20 minutes of play, the St. Louis Blues leading the Edmonton Oilers 1-0. Bryn Griffiths and Rob Brown with you from Rogers Place tonight, this late start game. Well, Brownie, what did you think of the first period?
I thought it had just about a little bit of everything.
Yes.
I thought it had a Connor McDavid with a bunch of jump. I thought it had Corey Perry being Corey Perry. And having said that, Bennington being Bennington on the other side, I thought there was a couple of missed calls. I thought there were some big saves and a really pretty goal. A lot happened. For in a 1-0 game, there was a lot of events in the first 20 minutes.
Shots on goal through the opening 20 minutes favored St. Louis 9-5, but it's 1-0 as we mentioned for the Blues. Okay, you mentioned missed calls. Was one of them Jeff Skinner getting caught up after coughing that puck up, or was that not one of yours?
Well, no, there was two. They were both on Jeff Skinner, and they were within, 7 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
There was the big dust up in front of the net between Perry and Bennington, and just about everybody else got involved.
Right.
Probably the right calls on the play. The Oilers get the power play. But because the Oilers players went in, and rightfully so, face-off comes outside. But off the face-off outside, right off the draw, the puck gets dropped, and 75, Tyler Tucker, who honestly I don't know a whole lot about, he's only got 88 games in the NHL, he gives a pretty good, I wouldn't call it a cross-check, but a cross-punch to the back of Jeff Skinner's head off the draw, and Skinner went down. That's a penalty. Right. And if the ref calls, it's a 5-on-3. Then Skinner gets the puck in the slot, and twice in the first 4 minutes of the game, he had pucks high slot, both times kind of muffed them. On this one, he muffs it, and it turns into a 2-on-1. Skinner's going to back check. Skinner's not going to catch them. The two Blues have ample room, and I'm not sure who the third Blue is. He grabs the back of Jeff Skinner's jersey. Again, a penalty. And to me, if I'm the St. Louis Blues bench, that should have been called, and I'm furious at the Blue that did it because he didn't need to. It was a 2-on-1. Jeff Skinner was not going to be in the play. You just open yourself up to a call that could have been made and should have been made. And again, instead of having a 2-on-1 break, which eventually scored a goal, that should have been 5-on-3 for the Oilers on the power play. So 2 penalties against Jeff Skinner, and then Jeff Skinner had enough.
Yeah.
He breaks his stick on the ice. He has words for the referee. He earned every ounce of that 10-minute misconduct. But on that one, I could see the frustration that Skinner had.
Sure.
Cross-check to the head, being held up on a 2-on-1 that you caused. It was a tough start to the game for Jeff Skinner, and a tough start to the Edmonton Oilers, where they have 2 power plays in that period, and ended up down 1-0 on their 2 power plays.
That jersey pull was so obvious from way up here. That would have been in the NFL, that would have definitely been a PI.
That was a flag on the play.
That was a definite flag on the play.
And again,
on that one.
it was a dumb one.
Yes.
That was one. I mean, Jeff Skinner wasn't catching the 2-on-1. There was no way he was catching it. So that was, if he would have got called there, as he should have, if I'm the St. Louis Blues coach, I would have been absolutely livid.
Yeah.
You have a 2-on-1. The puck is in the hands. I believe it was Robert Thomas that made the... Bushnevich that made the play. Kid's got good hands. He's got the puck going in there on a 2-on-1. You could have taken it out of his hands by taking that penalty there. So the referees missed it. They missed 2. The St. Louis Blues score on it. Jeff Skinner got frustrated by it. And all in all, we have a 1-0 lead St. Louis after a very entertaining 20 minutes.
You mentioned Connor McDavid's first period back after missing a few games. Yeah, that was a pretty impressive first period.
He had jump. Yeah, he did. We would say a guy that's been out that long would be a little rusty, but no, McDavid wasn't. He created a number of chances. Again, National Hockey League players know how fast Connor McDavid is, yet continue to forget how fast Connor McDavid is. 3 times he pickpocketed guys who thought they had more time than they did and turned the puck over. And these are wily veterans. You got Fowler on the far side over there. Fowler's got probably, he's over 1,000 games in the NHL. Yeah. And he still was surprised by McDavid. McDavid was excited to play tonight. There are guys that are rink rats. I played with a guy named Chris Chelios in Chicago, and we had a strike or a lockout. I can't remember which one it was. He was at the rink every afternoon. They had like a lunchtime pickup game with a bunch of, just average dudes in Chicago, and Chelios was on the ice every day. He just couldn't get enough of it. That's what McDavid's like. McDavid's just a rink rat, and he just lives to play hockey, and he finally gets his opportunity tonight. In that first 20 minutes, you can see the excitement and the jump that he had.
I did laugh because I think it might have been the second shift, and Troy Stetcher had did you see that where he actually McDavid banged his stick on the ice? He wanted that puck right now.
It's a set play that we've seen a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And normally it's Bouchard. So what happens is the defenseman goes to pick up the puck deep in the Oilers zone. Connor McDavid picks up speed and starts flying. The defenseman behind the net, let's say Darnell Nurse, fires it up to center, and it's usually Bouchard. Fires it to center, Bouchard gets it, and then he just kind of tips it or pushes it into an area for McDavid to skate into full speed. And when it works, there is nothing that the defender to do. There's nothing that the St. Louis defense could have done there. McDavid full speed, you're standing still. It's no contest. We've seen it happen a couple times this year where I believe it was against Dallas where they did it to perfection.
Right.
This one was the same thing except it was up to Troy Stetcher, and Connor was flying and he was slamming his sticks. It was one of those frustration slams after he didn't get the puck. Then Stetcher turned and then McDavid darted to the middle. Here's your second opportunity. Give me the puck.
Yeah.
He didn't get it, and then Stetcher dumped it in and changed. And it was just the look like from McDavid, like, no. I want that puck right there. And he did. And had the puck come his way, it's a breakaway. But Stetcher's not usually in that spot. Stetcher's not usually on the ice with McDavid. The set plays that we see with Bouchard or Nurse, Stetcher wouldn't be privy to a lot of those. So a missed opportunity. But Stetcher, he's making the right play or the smart play. I get the puck, I get the line, I want to change, so I get the red line, dump it into a corner, and I get off the ice. But it was a missed opportunity with Connor McDavid flying.
You've played. Is there a slight discussion on the bench, or that maybe you could have done something a little different?
No, I don't know if Stetcher would have known that because Stetcher didn't see the play. If Stetcher's a smart hockey player. If he sees the play, he makes the play.
Right.
He didn't. So that might be one where between periods, the assistant coaches will walk in with the video or bring him into a room and say, okay, here, look at this play. Take a look at it, see what's open. It's a learning experience, and it's a teaching moment. But Stetcher did nothing wrong on the play.
No, right.
It's just he didn't read what Connor McDavid did. And again, Connor reads the game different than anyone else. Bouchard is usually out there with Connor, and that's a set play that we've seen work to perfection. Stetcher just missed it.
The iPads on the bench, would you have used them?
Would I have used them?
Yeah.
No, because they would have pulled it out for the bad moments that I had in my shift. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm glad there weren't iPads when I played. Rob, you didn't have your guy. Yes, I did. Well, here we got video proof. You didn't.
Go away.
Darn it, I don't like video proof. So no, I wouldn't have liked iPads in my game.
Okay, Brownie, we'll talk to you coming up in the second intermission. We'll take a timeout. Oilers are trailing the Blues 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. We're coming back with more shortly. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers, NHL Hockey, and the Oilers Radio Network.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
Proudly headquartered in OilCountry, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
It's a new era for Ford in Edmonton. Welcome to Big West Ford. Located westbound on Stony Plain Road just east of the Henday, Big West Ford is Edmonton's newest and most exciting Ford dealership. Whether you're after the legendary F-150, the Powerhouse 350 Super Duty, or the adventurous Bronco, they've got you covered with exceptional selection and service right here in your city. Big West Ford, driven by you. Visit Big West Ford at 18208 Stony Plain Road or online at bigwestford.com.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. U.S. President Donald Trump backed off on reciprocal tariffs for several nations today, announcing a 90-day pause and lowering rates to 10%, except for China. Global markets surged this afternoon upon hearing the news, especially Wall Street, even though precise details of the plan were not immediately clear. However, still no reprieve for Canada on the 25% levies affecting autos as well as steel and aluminum. Out on the federal election campaign trail, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says his party will fight to expand pharmacare in the next parliament. At a stop in Vancouver, Singh said an NDP government would establish a complete pharmacare system that would include easier access to medications like antibiotics, cancer drugs, and pain medication. Liberal leader Mark Carney was in Calgary today pledging to make Canada an energy superpower by speeding up review processes to greenlight major national energy projects, while Pierre Poilievre showcased a crime platform in Northern Ontario, including a 3 strikes law that would make people convicted 3 times of serious offenses ineligible for bail, probation, parole, or house arrest. News on demand at 880ched.com.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, the Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years.
At the Intermission. Brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back live at Rogers Place after one period of play. The Edmonton Oilers trailing the St. Louis Blues 1-0. Let's find out what's going on around the NHL. There's 4 other games tonight, so taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Went to overtime. Crazy finish to the game between the Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Matthew Nyes with the hat trick tonight got the winner. Mitch Marner with 1 goal in that game as well. Toronto beating Tampa 4-3. Wasn't really a good night for netminders. A lot of goals tonight. Philadelphia at MSG in New York to take on the Rangers. Philly winning at 8-5. Tyson Forster with a hat trick in that one tonight for Philadelphia. Went to overtime in Minnesota. And the Wild coming up with an 8-7 last shot wins victory over the San Jose Sharks. Joel Eriksson-Ek with a hat trick and one. A 4-goal performance tonight. Kirill Kaprizov with the overtime winner. And Macklin Celebrini with a hat trick tonight. Wow. The only other game is between the Flames and the Ducks in Anaheim. That one is in period number 2, and there's about 12 minutes to go in the second period. It's scoreless between the Calgary Flames and Anaheim. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. It is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Second period coming up next at the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the Intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
At Fountain Tire, our focus is taking care of your vehicle. Your focus? Saving up to 25% off select tires. Plus, getting up to a $120 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 select tires until April 26th. So we both win. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. And there it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Tip-tops all the way back!
Legacy Heating and Cooling is the #1 heating and cooling company for people who want heating and cooling, because you'll save a bundle by bundling. Then you can use hot, cold, Come on, thermostat, do what you're told. Turn up the heat, turn up the cold, to the vents start pushing out tornadoes. Bundle my furnace with some AC. Gonna get a deal from Legacy! Oh yeah, save a bundle when you bundle your new furnace and AC from Legacy today. Plus no payments and no interest for 1 year. That's how you build your legacy. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
At Fountain Tire, our focus is taking care of your vehicle. Your focus? Saving up to 25% off select tires. Plus, getting up to a $120 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 select tires until April 26th. So we both win. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, 1-0 Blues lead, getting ready for the second period of play. It was Ryan Suter scoring shorthanded in the first. As the Oilers play the Blues for the third and final time here in the regular season. Edmonton with a 3-2 overtime win in St. Louis February 4th. They had a 4-2 win against the Blues here at Rogers Place on December 7th. We get set for the second period. Philp out to take the draw for Edmonton against Faksa, and it goes back into the St. Louis zone. Broberg through the middle, just off the stick of Faksa. Pickard out to play it. It goes to the right wing corner. Walker towards the net, just over the goal, and chopped up the right wing. Torpchenko will try to keep it in for St. Louis to the point to Broberg. A shot and the glove save made by Pickard. He'll hold on. We're 23 seconds into the second period. It's a 1-0 Blues lead. Face-off will be to the right. Calvin Pickard. Pickard's last game Saturday. That was in Los Angeles. Made 26 saves.
He played good that night.
Loss. Yes, he did.
You know, Cam, I think I might have even been a little bit understated on the 2 non-calls against Skinner. Certainly they missed it should have been a 5-on-3 right off the draw. Tucker got a cheap shot in on Skinner. They missed it. And then the play up the ice, sometimes you're not going to get that call when you're on the power play. But I don't think the Oilers were too pleased with what they saw in the first period. I do think upon further review, the refs got the right call in the sequence with Corey Perry and Binnington. Binnington double minor, Perry minor.
Yeah. Off the draw in the Edmonton zone, it goes to the middle, up to the line where Broberg was able to keep it in. Down the right wing, Neighbors got it loose to the corner. Bouchard for Edmonton to Henrique to Arvidsson. Off his skate, pitching in was Leddy, but the puck comes out. Neighbors with it at his own blue line for St. Louis. Up the right wing for Snuggerud. Snuggerud into the Edmonton zone, lost it in the slot area. And Henrique will get it out. The right wing for Hyman comes into the blue zone, just over the line, drops it down the right wing. Emberson got it in behind the net, in front of the goal, looking for Hyman. It missed him, and it goes all the way down the ice. Kulak out from behind the Edmonton goal and now through the middle of the ice. Right wing for Connor Brown. Just got it in.
Yeah, got to get the puck deep there.
Fowler with a long pass that misses Buchnevich. It's icing against St. Louis.
So, and we always give credit to the source. Hart Levine from Puckpedia says, with the $1.75 million in cap savings by moving John Klingberg to LTIR, it's basically going to open up $1.3 million worth of cap space for Edmonton.
Off the draw, puck into the left wing corner. It comes out to Skinner. It's shot off the post. In front, scores! Connor Brown had it come to him, and he ties the game at 1.
10th goal of the season for Connor Brown as the two Connors combine after Skinner hit the post. We got ourselves a tie game.
We're a minute 30 into the second period. And Connor Brown just off the left side. Yeah, after that hit the post, the puck comes free, and Connor McDavid can chop it over to Brown. And the Oilers have tied things up. As Brown went short side on Binnington. Tucker up the right wing off of Sundqvist. It went to the Edmonton blue line, but that's it. Battle for it. Sundqvist will shoot it in. Out from behind the net, McDavid now cuts to the middle. Gains center ice. He'll bring it in. He'll shoot it. And he didn't get much on it. It goes into the left wing corner. Takes a hit from Tucker, but gets the puck. Goes in behind the goal. In front to Skinner. That just missed. Back to the point. Nurse down the left wing to Bouchard. Turns back to the boards. Bouchard up to the line. Cross ice pass, and it hit Bolduc, and it came out.
Force that play into McDavid. Didn't take the easy option that was there.
Jeff Skinner in with it, but it's offside against the Oilers.
Yeah. And McDavid got taken into the boards there in a physical manner.
Yeah, by Tucker.
I wonder whether or not at some point here, Tucker's got a couple shots in on some of the Oilers players.
So Brown from McDavid, a minute 30 in. Janmark taking the draw against Foxa. Podkolzin can bring the puck in. Gets to the left wing corner. Stops up. In behind the net. Matthias Janmark to Vasily Podkolzin. To the point. Kulak to Emberson. Off the boards. It goes deep. On the right, Perry could not get it in front of the goal. It gets cleared out by Toropchenko and down the ice. It should be icing, and it will be.
Why would you wait that long? And that's what Kulak's saying right now. That was a late call. Walker was in on the forecheck. Travis Toomey, former Alberta Golden Bear, Seattle Thunderbird. Linesman suffered was it a wrist injury earlier this season? Hand injury.
Oh, that's right.
Was lacerated.
Isn't he from Leduc?
He is. I did his father, Jim Tomey's games as a Alberta Golden Bear football player in the late 1980s. And Travis is not a young linesman. He's been in the lookout.
Here's Perry to the middle of the ice. The shot off the stick of Toropchenko. It goes out of play.
Janmark Denmark with a good job. Again, St. Louis has just dominated the face-off circle. 71%.
Oilers going to make a change.
Good stick, Tortinko, who's a tall man. He's a 6'6"er.
Henrique into the face-off circle with Robert Thomas.
Oh, cow.
Or not. Henrique out, Arvidsson in.
And that was Toomey waving him out.
Drop it. Arvidsson to the left wing point to Nurse. Throws it in behind the net. Rimmed by Fowler. Comes out. Nurse inside the Edmonton blue line with it. Through the middle, Arvidsson up the left wing to Hyman. Comes into the blue zone. To the left wing corner. Backhand shot off the outside of the goal. Henrique up the left wing to the point, but nobody there yet for Edmonton. It'll go down the ice.
Arvidsson and Henrique in a mystery there.
Stetcher on the right to Henrique, to center ice to Arvidsson. He'll throw it across to Nurse. Into the blue zone. Rims it on the right wing. Hyman in the right wing corner. Pass broken up. Goes off of Kyrou. Kept in on the blue line. But right to Falk, and he'll get it out. Finds Thomas into the Oiler end on the right wing. He'll shoot it. That just misses. Comes around the boards and out through the middle of the ice. Philp in over the line to Arvidsson. To Philp in the left wing corner. The right side to Hyman. Hopped on his stick, and Emerson kept it in. Cleared out. It's at the Edmonton blue line. Center ice to Jones. Zone into Emerson over to Kulak. Kulak through the middle to Kapanen. He'll throw it in on the backhand. And after it is Jones. It goes to Philp. Philp off the left wing boards to the point. Kulak shot, and the save made by Binnington. There's traffic. And now battling in front of the net is Tucker and Jones. And the linesman will get in. 4 minutes, 19 seconds gone in the second period. Tied at 1 here at Rogers Place. Faceoff will be to the right of Binnington.
I mean, I know Suter's a big, strong man, but I think Philp's got to give him a shot back there after. Sounds like Suter at age 40 is looking to drop the gloves. He's just seen how far he can push it.
All right, McDavid out there against Thomas. Well, kicked out of the face-off circle.
The linesmen are all over this game tonight.
Jeff Skinner will come in, or not. All right, they got it figured out, I think. Falk off the right wing boards and out with it. It hops just over the stick of Nurse. Bouchard's got to go to the end boards to Nurse on the left wing. To Skinner hits the referee's skate. Puck along the boards. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. Sundqvist to the left wing point. And a shot from the point. The blocker save made by Pickard after Fowler put it towards the goal. Thomas tried to dig it free, and it'll come to the blue line, and Thomas will keep it in to Buchnevich on the right wing. The left wing corner to Thomas is passed to the point off the stick of Falk and all the way down.
The Oilers are lucky because Bouchard dropped the stick, and they had a chance for a low 2-on-1 if they could have negotiated contact on that pass.
Fowler to Kyrou into the Edmonton zone. Pass across. Oh, what a stop by Pickard coming across off of Dvorsky. And the puck back to the left wing point to Leddy. To the right side for Broberg. Goes to the right wing corner. To the right wing point for Bolduc. Dump the puck in behind the Edmonton net, and it's out through the middle of the ice. Janmark into the blue zone to Perry through the middle. Past Podkolzin, and it goes to Janmark. Off his stick up near the line. Kulak keeping it in for Podkolzin. Now to Perry in behind the net. Perry in the right corner. Podkolzin to the point. Emberson is shot. Save made by Binnington. Rebound to the side of the goal, and Bolduc will get it high in the air and out. Oilers come close. We're 6 minutes into the second. Tied at 1. The Oilers and the Blues. Puck dumped into St. Louis territory. Binnington to play it. Left wing corner to Nick Leddy. Up the right wing for Snuggerud. In over the line to Broberg. Shot off the stick of Arvidsson, and that goes out of play. We're going to take a break. 6 minutes, 14 seconds gone here in the second period. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Blues. From Rogers Place, it's Four Dealers NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. Big skies, rugged landscapes. Now that's Alberta in a nutshell. And if you're looking for an SUV that can keep up with this place, check out the Ford Bronco. Built for those who crave adventure, with serious off-road capability and style to spare. Whether you're hitting the mountain trails or exploring the back roads, it's the perfect ride for those who want to experience everything this province has to offer. The Ford Bronco. Adventure awaits at your Alberta Ford dealer. And tell them PB sent you.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at Rogers Place. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Blues. Ryan Suter scoring a shorthanded goal in the first period for St. Louis. Connor Brown scoring early in the second period for Edmonton. Face off to the left of Calvin Pickard. He's had to make 3 very good saves coming across in this game. And 2 of them were on Dvorsky. He's playing in his second NHL game. Just 19 years old. First round pick of the Blues in 23. On the right wing, Snuggerud from the angle misses short side upstairs around the boards over the stick of Broberg and out. Broberg chases after it, being pressured by Hyman, who gets the puck. Hyman on the right wing. Off the right wing boards to Adam Henrique. Henrique in behind the net to Arvidsson. He'll come over to the right wing. Up to the top of the circle, went to cycle it, broken up by Shen to Snuggerud. Now on the left, and it was to Neighbors. He put himself offside. And we get the whistle.
Oilers. Cam, this occurred before you were broadcasting Oilers games, but Edmonton had a game where they got a couple injuries during the game against Colorado, and then Benning got sucked into a fight, and they were down to 3 defensemen for like 5 minutes straight.
That's not good.
And Nugent Hopkins ended up taking a couple.
Played some D?
Yep. Well, he could do it.
There's nothing he can't do.
Great athlete, as you know.
Yes. Just inside or at the Edmonton blue line. Puck comes to center ice. Gets shot in. Toropchenko to Suter. Over to Tucker. Up the right side. For Foxa. Just got it to the Edmonton blue. So Philp in behind the net over to Emberson. Tied at 1. We're here in the second period. Oilers hosting St. Louis. Long pass up the right wing to Jones. Comes into the St. Louis end. Got stood up top of the circle and the puck knocked out. Kapanen on the left wing. He'll shoot it in. Binnington out of his net to stop it. Gave it to Suter. Couldn't rim it, but it will get to Toropchenko. He'll clear it out. At center ice. Puck rolled in by Walker. Kulak coming out for Edmonton through the middle and over the line. His shot, a riser off the end glass. The rebound off the end glass, put wide by Kulak. That came right back out to him. Binnington didn't know where it was. Jeff Skinner on the right wing inside the St. Louis zone. Right wing corner out to McDavid.
That's
Back to the right point. Bouchard to Nurse. Nurse went to pass it. His stick snaps in half. McDavid has it on the right wing. For Bouchard, hops over his stick. It comes out after it. Picked up by Kyrou. A shot. Great stop by Pickard. It comes in front. The shot. Another stop. And it goes around the boards and all the way down the ice.
Well, that time the puck came back to Bouchard, and it was a tough pass, and it was rolling. And he, like a shortstop that's good hit no field.
It's brought in on the right wing. Falk down the right side from the angle. Off the stick of McDavid. It goes to Bouchard. We're tied at 1 here in the second. Bouchard up the right wing to McDavid. Off his stick. He'll chase after it in the blue zone. Get to it. In behind the net. Pass hits a stick, but he still has it now knocked free and out by Bolduc. The right wing, McDavid into the blue zone. To the right corner with Fowler. Perry's in there too as it goes in behind the net. Bolduc on the right, but pinching in Stetcher, and now knocked past him and out, but not hard enough for icing. Emberson inside the Edmonton blue line. On the right wing, off the stick of Perry and in. It goes to the right wing corner. Leddy for Neighbors. Neighbors high in the air and out. Stetcher turns in front of his net, across the pod, Colson. Over to Emberson. To Stetcher, to Emberson. To Stetcher. Left wing at center to Podkolzin. He'll direct it in. Binnington to play it. Broberg to Snuggerud, but he won't get it out. Broberg will lose it. It comes in front to Perry. Saved by Binnington. What a chance there for Corey Perry. And it's cleared to center. Philp on the right side will shoot it in. Coming up to the halfway mark of the second period. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Blues. Kulak on the left point. Got it to the corner. Shen to the middle of the ice to Leddy. Could not get it out. Jones had kept it in. Shen now gets the puck to the center ice line. Kulak will dump it back in, but that goes over the glass, and it goes out of play. We're going to take a break with 9:47 to go here in the second period. Oilers and Blues tied at 1. From Rogers Place's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the street. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers. 737373, Pizza 73. Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
Did you hear what happened to Rick while he was building his fence?
Yeah, he hit a natural gas line. They had to evacuate his entire neighborhood at dinner time, too. I bet he didn't make any new friends that day.
It cost him a ton to get the line repaired. I wonder why he didn't get his underground utilities marked.
Don't be that person. If you're digging on your property, request a locate for natural gas lines. It's free and can prevent serious injury or financial loss. And you won't upset the neighbors. Visit clickbeforeyoudig.com. A safety message brought to you by ATCO.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling. Home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 1, Oilers and Blues. 9:47 to go in the second period. The shot's just 13-9, and we're just over halfway through the game. Good chances have been tough to come by, both ways. Face-off's going to be at center ice. McDavid, Skinner, and Perry out there, or Brown, pardon me. And the puck goes to McDavid. He'll come down the right wing to the right wing corner with Fowler on him. Worked loose, goes to Skinner. Skinner top of the circle, right side. Torchenko got it out. Won't be icing. Nurse to Bouchard. Tried to hack it up the right wing. Gets to the top of the circle. McDavid got it out to center ice. Fowler cross to Falk. Right side to Walker. Get it in on the backhand. Bouchard will rim it around to Connor Brown. He directed it out past Fowler. Fox up back into his own end. Over to Falk. Through the middle of Torchenko. Off his stick, idiot. Bouchard to Nurse in behind the Edmonton goal. Now out through the middle. Pass hit the stick of Torchenko. Up into the air. Bounces into St. Louis territory. Falk out with it. Now to Buchnevich to Kyrou. Cross ice pass through the middle. Tucker to Thomas in front of the net. Just pulled wide by Buchnevich on the right wing. Thomas skates all the way across the top to Buchnevich. Turns and shoots high and wide. Thomas on the left wing in the Oilers zone. Saucers it to the blue line to Suter. Now on the right to Tucker off the post. And that goes all the way out and down into the St. Louis end. What a chance there for Tyler Tucker. Kyrou will get it in. Emberson, the left wing corner to Nurse. Behind the net, rims on the right, and it's Hyman into the blue zone with Arvidsson. The pass across. Oh, he just missed Henrique, who followed it up. Arvidsson out of the left wing will shoot it. Launches off the stick of Suter. The puck along the right wing boards in the blue zone. Suter in behind the net to Tucker. Under 8 to go in the second. Tied at 1. The Oilers and St. Louis. Tucker to Suter in behind his net. Off the boards and out. Down the ice, should be icing. And it is. Blues come close, hitting a post.
They're definitely playing like a very confident squad. I mean, they don't have Colton Parayko as their best all-around defenseman. And they don't have Dylan Holloway, who's had a wonderful year. But again, the Oilers don't have Leon Draisaitl, the only guy in the NHL with 450-goal seasons in the last 7 years. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 100-point scorer. Their beef with Trent Frederick and Evander Kane. And then Ekholm and Wallman, who are half of Edmonton's top 4. Oh, and Stuart Skinner. Well, Pickard's played well tonight.
Face off to the right of Binnington. McDavid in the left wing corner. Pod Colson off his stick, goes to McDavid to the blue line. Nurse's shot just tipped wide. Buchnevich in the corner. Over to the left, McDavid to the top of the circle, to the point. Nurse's shot, three-man scores! Vasily Podkolzin found the loose puck and gives the Oilers a 2-1 lead.
Well, there's some simplicity in that. McDavid's going to pick up his second assist of the period. Is Vasily Podkolzin, who's been a consistent performer for Edmonton. Gets his 8th goal of the season. You know what you're going to get. He's an effective penalty killer, and he finishes checks, and he keeps plays alive on puck retrieves. And that time he gets rewarded with a backhand goal on the rebound.
12:39, time of the goal for Podkolzin. And the Oilers take their first lead of the evening. Kulak with it in the Edmonton end. To the middle to Emberson, off the stick of Jones. Goes in behind the St. Louis net.
Don't get caught up ice.
Neighbors to Snuggerud. He's got Shen with him. Snuggerud into the Oiler end. He'll throw it across where he finds Leddy. Goes to the right corner. Leddy along the right wing boards.
Good back check by Philp. And he won the puck.
Leave the puck to Emberson. He'll get it out to Philp through the middle of the ice. In over the Blues line to Podkolzin, back to Philp, across and just missed. Jones with it. The puck out to the neutral zone. Broberg off the right wing boards and in. 2-1 Oilers lead. 6.5 to go in the second period. Up the left wing, it's Janmark. Into Blues territory. Went cross ice with it. Nobody from Edmonton could touch it. Dvorsky got it out. Now Falk will bring it in. Left wing Sundqvist. His pass, that was knocked down. Goes to Falk. Up the left wing boards to the top of the circle. Sundqvist along the boards. He lost it. Perry to the middle of the ice to Nurse. left to Yanmar. He'll dump it in. It's in the right wing corner. Falk to Sundqvist. They'll get it out. His pass too far. That misses Dvorsky. It goes all the way down. Icing against the Blues with 5:51 to go here in the second. Edmonton up by a score of 2-1.
Excellent work by Noah Phil. Back check, won a puck battle, started the transition the other way. It just found Jones on the back door. That's a 200-foot play from Noah Phil.
And he had that redirection to hit the crossbar in the first period. Henrique wins the draw. Kulak left wing point, a shot that went off of Fowler. He's in behind the net, and now through the middle of Falk. Up the left wing, Bolduc wedged off of it by Bouchard.
That was a nice takeout from Bouchard there.
Kulak to Henrique, dumps it in. Binnington to Leddy in the right corner, up the right wing boards, won't get out. As Henrique's able to keep it in for the Oilers. Arvidsson pulled it out of some skates to Henrique. Now on the left wing in the corner to Hyman. He'll try to drive it in front of the net. Got it into the crease. Walker can't clear it. Stetcher with a shot. It goes in behind the goal to Hyman. Takes it to the left wing corner with Leddy right on him. Now to the right to Arvidsson, and it does come free. And it's Faksa up to center ice. Into the Oilers' zone to Toropchenko. Cross. He was looking for a redirection from Walker. It goes to the left wing corner. Top of the circle, Jeff Skinner for Edmonton. Out to center ice. To Hyman. He'll shoot it in. Binnington to play it to Falk. Up the right wing and out. Buchnevich now to Thomas. Into the Oiler end on the right wing. Thomas in behind the net to the left. To the left wing point. Fowler. Fire it in behind the net to Kyrou. Left side, and Thomas lost it. Oilers out with it. It's McDavid to center. Over center, he'll flip it to the right corner. Brown into that corner. Up against the boards with Fowler. Comes loose to Falk.
Connor thought there should have been a trip there.
To center ice to Thomas, just inside the Edmonton blue line. Now over to the boards. And it goes off a stick back to Thomas. Thomas to the middle, all the way to the right wing point. Tucker kept it in. Right wing to Buchnevich. 2-1 Oilers lead here in the second. To the point, off the stick at Tucker and out. Long pass to Kyrou. Got over the center ice line. Flips the puck in. Ty Emberson turns it up the left wing for the Oilers. To Kasperi Kapanen. Now up the left wing to Phil. He'll get into the blue zone. Phil stops up to the middle to Kapanen. The shot! The save by Binnington. And he squeezes it and holds on with 3.5 to go here in the second period. And the Oilers have a 2-1 lead on the Blues. We'll be right back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian, Ultra, XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Loon and Bob Stauffer here at Rogers Place. 3.5 to go in the second period. 2-1 Oilers lead the Blues. Vasily Podkolzin, the go-ahead goal for Edmonton at 12:39 of this second period. It's been Podkolzin and Connor Brown scoring for Edmonton in the second. Ryan Suter, he had the goal in the first period. Buchnevich and now Tyler Tucker with the assists on that. Face off to the left of Binnington. McDavid to take the draw against Shen. Gets to the middle of the ice. Snuggerud's going to bring it out for the Blues. And the Oiler end on the left. Goes to the left corner. Pass in front of the net off the stick of Pickard. And the puck in the right corner. Snuggerud along the boards. Takes a hit from McDavid. McDavid gets the puck. Goes in behind the goal. Shakes off Snuggerud. Rims on the left. Jeff Skinner trying to get it out. Falk is pinched in. And the puck will go to Neighbors. To the middle of the ice. Fowler forced to the left. To Snuggerud. Went to shoot it. Fanned on it. Skinner couldn't get it out. It goes off of Neighbors. Kicks it to the end boards. As Pickard ties up with Shen, out from behind the net comes Stetcher, or make that Skinner. Skinner will get it out for Nurse into the blue zone, down the right wing off the outside of the goal. The right wing, Thomas will come out for St. Louis into the Edmonton end. On the right wing, Buchnevich, the return pass missed. And it's cleared by Brown.
Oilers needed to complete a change there. Brown, just a soft chip to get it out.
Letty into the Edmonton end to the left corner, now in behind the net. It's knocked off his stick. Cairo on the right to the right side. He wanted to get it to Buchnevich. Instead, Arvidsson will get it out. Give it to Hyman off his stick, trying to get by Broberg. Broberg turns, got the puck, and now up the left wing out to center ice. To Cairo into the Oiler end. A shot, and that's booted out by Pickard. Puck inside the Edmonton zone. Pass comes out in behind Hyman, though, so Broberg.
Man, Broberg can skate, eh?
Sure can. Looks effortless. Up the right wing off the boards and in. That's icing against St. Louis.
First time we saw Broberg was at the Holinka Gretzky. He was Sweden's best player, and then we didn't see Broberg running the power play at the World Juniors the next year. They had Victor Soderstrom, who is currently not in the National Hockey League, running their power play, and there was, some concern, but Oilers have had a lot of guys here. Some secondary scoring tonight from Brown and Podkolzin. Those guys will be in the lineup when Edmonton starts the playoffs, regardless of the significance of the big, players that come back.
Carried his Stetcher and his shots blocked, and it goes out of play.
You're adding a 50-goal scorer in Draisaitl, who this year has been the best player in the league. You're getting Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back. He's out with an illness tonight. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins touches every aspect of Edmonton's game. He's on the first power play unit. He's on the first penalty killing unit. He often plays with Connor McDavid 5-on-5. He's a third-line center option. They decide to move Henrique to the wing.
Face off to the left of Binnington. Minute 43 to go here in the second.
Frederick and Kane may not start in the top six, but if the Oilers have some success in the playoffs, they might be finishing in the top six as they get up and running. It's wide open for both of those guys to be significant contributors here, especially given the physicality dimension that they bring.
Podkolzin after it in the right wing corner. Came loose to the middle. Tucker pokes it up to Toropchenko. Now on the right, Bolduc into the Edmonton zone. Toropchenko over to Bolduc on the left. It went off a stick, and the puck does come out. And it's Stetcher at the Edmonton blue line.
Sometimes you don't have to give up the puck.
Podkolzin to Janmark into the blue zone. He'll go to the right corner.
Oh, wow.
Suter on the end boards, went to rim it. It goes off the stick of Janmark. Kept it in. Right side. It was Bouchard. Got it to the corner. Walking it out was Perry. He couldn't get a shot. Last minute here in the second. 2-1 Edmonton leads.
How about that work back to the puck from Phil?
Natakulak, and he'll come into the blue zone. Hammers a shot. And the save by Binnington. And he covers it up. 48 seconds to go here in the second. 2-1 Oilers lead. Yeah, Philp's been really good at coming back, working back into the play.
He's skating better. Maybe he's just playing with his third call up. Had a pretty good first game in Nashville as well. Got an assist on his second shift and then almost scored later in the game. Game that Draisaitl dominated as the Oilers did not have Connor McDavid. McDavid's missed 14 games this year. The Oilers have gone 8-6 without number 97.
This is his first game back after missing 8.
And it's a little bit deceptive because they're 7-2 with David or with Draisaitl. Look out.
Puck brought in by Shen on the right wing. To the net, a shot! Pad saved by Pickard. The rebound just went past Neighbors. And Phil will get it out off the boards, down into the Blues zone. Icing waved off. Flying after it is Jones. 25 seconds to go in the period. Long pass picked off by Kulak in the neutral zone. But it does go to Shen on the left wing. He shoots it in. Pickard to stop it behind the net. To Bouchard. Bouchard waits. 8 seconds left.
Let's kill it.
And he's probably not going to do anything.
You got the lead.
Yeah, exactly. And he will. The second period will end. And the Edmonton Oilers get the only 2 goals of that period. Erase a 1-0 deficit. They're up 2-1 after 40. And the Edmonton Oilers, solid period for them.
Yeah, solid period. Connor McDavid with a couple of assists. Some good things from some support players on the ice. And Pickard's been very good in goal.
Very good in goal. So that's where we sit. We're through 40. Connor Brown, Vasily Podkolzin, the goal scorers for Edmonton. Ryan Suter scored in the first for the Blues. And Connor McDavid with a couple of assists. His first game back after missing the last 8. And the Oilers have a 2-1 lead through 40 minutes against the Blues. We have got a second intermission coming up. And I can tell you right now, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, they are fired up. And they're ready for it. They'll have it on the other side. 2-1 Oilers after 40 from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Do your tires feel like hockey pucks on the road? Perhaps it's time for a new set of Atturo tires. No matter what you drive, Atturo has the right fit for you, including the all-new Trailblade HT and AZ810, premium all-weather tires for your pickup, car, SUV, or crossover. You can rest assured that Atturo tires will get you through all 4 seasons. Available at Action Car and Truck, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
Here's what's new at 880ched.com.
880 Ched and Jubilations Dinner Theater want to celebrate you. As a thank you to our amazing listeners, Eileen Bell will be hosting a listener appreciation night at Jubilations Dinner Theater's production of The Big Bang Parody, a musical, on April 23rd. Head to 880ched.com for your chance to be part of Listener Appreciation Night.
Get your name on our insider list today and keep up to date on pre-sales, contests, and more. Visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Drop puck into the left wing corner. It comes out to Skinner. It's shot off the post. In front. Scores! Connor Brown had it come to him. And he ties the game at 1.
And that's our highlight zone brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Welcome to the second intermission here at Rogers Place. After 40 minutes of play, the Oilers scoring twice in that frame, and they now lead the St. Louis Blues 2-1. Bryn Griffiths and Rob Brown back with you here at Rogers Place. Brownie, I thought the Oilers picked it up a notch or 2 in that period. I like the way they played.
Well, they did. They limited the chances. There weren't a lot of shots either way in that second period. They got a couple big saves from Calvin Pickard. Dvorsky's had 2 big one-timers backdoor in this game, and Pickard, not only did he come over and make the saves, he was over in plenty of time. That there really didn't look like there was anywhere for the puck to go. And Connor McDavid, we talked about, he had jump in the first period. He was excellent again in the second period and created a couple scoring chances just by being dogged on the puck and forcing turnovers. So it was again, not a lot going on. The Oilers capitalized on their chances. The Blues didn't, and the Oilers have a lead going into the third.
A lot more traffic in front of Binnington. It was a little more unpleasant for him, I thought, in that second period. Like, for example, Podkolzin's 8th goal of the season, right in front of the net. Connor Brown was buzzing the net constantly. It's been good to see the Oilers going to the net a little more aggressively here through the second period.
Well, they had started in the first period. I mean, that's why they had a partial brawl on the ice, because Bennington was not happy that he took a knee to the head from Corey Perry. Playoffs, you score ugly goals. There's not a lot of tic-tac-toe, odd man break goals in the playoffs. The defensive play is much better, and you're only the 16 best teams are in the playoffs to start, and each round it gets tougher and tougher. If you want to score goals, hang around the blue paint. Create opportunities off shots in net, rebounds, deflections, outnumber the opposition in front of the net and fight for every square inch. And the Oilers, a lot of meat and potato players in the lineup for them tonight, with a lot of their skilled players out. They understand that they're not going to score from distance. They're going to have to score in and around the paint. And a very nice play by Pickard. He was in front of the net for the screen, and then was able to clean up the loose garbage that was there. So that was a really nice play by getting puck to net and having net front presence.
Oilers playing with 5 defensemen tonight. How they holding up in your estimation?
Oh, they've given up 16 shots through 40 minutes against a very good St. Louis team. They've been fine. There have not been, really, I can't think of any big defensive breakdowns on the back end. Emberson and Stetch are both trying to cement themselves as number 6 going into the playoffs. Both have played well in this game. The defense for the Edmonton Oilers has been very good through 40 minutes. They're going to have to continue here in the third.
We've been talking about their puck management over the last, I don't know, how many weeks? It's been a while. Is it any better tonight than it's been, let's say, 2 weeks ago?
Well, you look at odd man breaks against, and you look at shots against, and they're averaging 8 against so far through 2 periods. They haven't really given up a whole lot. Odd man breaks are usually what happens when you turn the puck over in the neutral zone or the high slot. There was one where McDavid tried throwing it back to Bouchard. It was a bit of a grenade pass. Yeah. Bouchard got caught. That one was on Connor. It wasn't a great pass, and Kyrou had the advantage skating forward to Bouchard's back where he gets a partial breakaway. I think there's a 2-on-1 early in the game. Well, obviously the one that they scored on, but the Oilers, it's been a good defensive effort. And when you play without a number of your skilled players, a lot of your top scorers in the lineup, you have to play a game that you try to win 2-1. And right now, the Edmonton Oilers on the better side of that.
St. Louis Blues had their 12-game winning streak snapped in Winnipeg. It was a pretty solid effort by the Winnipeg Jets. Trying to get back on the winning ways when they've been playing at such a high level. Like I said, I had a chance to talk to some fans from St. Louis who were here earlier today over lunch hour, and they said they were just a little concerned about how the team would respond after losing that one game to Winnipeg. I think they played pretty well here, but they're just trailing going into the third period. What do they got to do to get back into this thing?
Well, I mean, they haven't created the number of chances I think they were hoping for.
Right.
They're playing against an Oilers team that's missing 2 of their top 4 defensemen, missing probably the MVP of the league, missing the second line left winger or first line left winger Nugent Hopkins. So I don't think we've seen the best of St. Louis in this game, but give credit to the Oilers. They've outworked them at times. They've outbattled them. They've beat them in races towards puck, keeping plays alive. So St. Louis, I don't think we've seen the best of them through 40 minutes, but they're chasing a game now. So the Oilers right now control what happens here in the third period. Just better continue to have good puck management and limit the chances against. Right now, Calvin Pickard is stopping everything he can see.
Right.
So for the Oilers, get in shooting lanes and force the St. Louis Blues to keep it out on the perimeter.
It's only natural that we look and see how Philip Broberg is playing in a game like this based on the fact that he was here last season. What are your thoughts on the way he's played tonight so far?
He's been excellent.
Yeah.
He is a very, very good defenseman. You just look at his stats. He's plus 20 on the back end for the St. Louis Blues. Their other defensemen are plus 10, plus 5, minus 6, plus 5, minus 1. He's double the second best player, plus minus on the back end. He's been an excellent pickup for the St. Louis. The Blues, they went out and shocked the NHL, but shocked the Oilers picking up Broberg and Holloway, and both have looked to be fantastic pickups. There was worry about Broberg's contract. Well, it was a worry in Edmonton. It's certainly not a worry in St. Louis.
Right.
Philip Broberg has been a huge addition. Both he and Holloway, huge additions to this St. Louis team. And a big reason that the St. Louis Blues are going to be in the playoffs.
Okay, going into the third period here from an Oilers perspective, Chris Knobloch, what do you say to the team going into the third?
Well, one, stay out of the box. I think that the St. Louis Blues created a lot of good looks on their power play. Calvin Pickard had to make a couple of big saves, so you want to stay out of the box. And again, every time you get into a close game down the stretch here, this is practice for the close games you're going to have in the playoffs.
Right.
Most games in the playoffs are one-goal hockey games. They just are. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 versus 8 or a 2 versus 3 seed. It's always close hockey games. So there's going to be a lot of one-goal games. If there's one-goal games, be able to close them out. I think the Dallas Stars learned that lesson last night, giving up 3 goals in the last minute of play. So the Edmonton Oilers, again, this is just another opportunity for players to showcase what they're capable of doing in close games, and an opportunity for the Oilers to prove again to themselves that these are the type of games they can close out and find a way to win.
If the Oilers can hold St. Louis to 8 shots coming up in this next period, they win this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the Oilers have got 2 goals on 12 shots through this hockey game.
Yep.
It's not the number of shots that the Oilers give up in this period. It's the quality of shots.
Yep.
So if the St. Louis Blues get 12 and they're all from the perimeter, the Oilers will take that. They just don't want to give up the golden opportunities, and those are ones usually created by big mistakes.
I usually hate to ask this kind of a question, but how big a period is this for the Edmonton Oilers?
I don't think it's that much difference. I mean, they're playing without 8 players. The big games start 2 weeks from now. This game, I don't know if the Oilers can catch the LA Kings, and I really don't think it matters. For me, the Oilers in this game and the remainder of the season, just don't run into any more injuries. As far as big games start 2 weeks from now.
Oilers win this one. The Calgary Flames right now have a 1-0 lead on the Ducks in Anaheim. Calgary's got to lose outright in regulation, combined with the Oiler win, and that will be enough to clinch a playoff spot here tonight. Brownie, thanks. We'll talk to you in the postgame. Looking forward to it. We're taking a timeout. We're coming back with more at the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's Get Flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
All right, give me something big.
The Ford It's a Big Deal event is on.
Bigger.
Get a big truck and an even bigger deal.
Love it. Now the details.
Right now, lease a 2025 F-150 STX with the black appearance package from $220 bi-weekly at 0% APR for 24 months with $43.75 down. That's like $110 weekly.
Now bring it home.
Plus, there's a $750 bonus for eligible Ford owners. Hurry into your Alberta Ford store. Visit Ford.ca today.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't deke past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu, or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. Edmonton police say the medical examiner has confirmed that 52-year-old Daryl Demchuk died of gunshot wounds after a shooting that took place near 66th Street and 38th Avenue last Sunday night, with the death ruled a homicide, and area residents asked to check their surveillance systems. Police say the suspect vehicle is a blue 2016 Honda Pilot seen near 23rd Avenue and 66th Street just before 10 p.m. last Sunday. It was then heading westbound on 38th Avenue after the shooting. The number of measles cases in the province continues to rise, with 19 new confirmed cases in the past 3 days for a total of 46. The Edmonton Zone Medical Staff Association is calling for a vaccination plan and better updates from the province. Association President Richard Owen says that vaccination does not just protect you, it protects those around you. And the new U.S. ambassador to Canada says this country is America's most valuable trading partner. The U.S. Senate confirmed former Michigan Congressman Pete Hoekstra today to be Washington's top diplomat in Ottawa. He says he'll work with the Canadian government to review and strengthen a trading partnership as well as secure borders. News on demand at 880ched.com.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stewart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
End of the Road Flooring Centers is not only Canadian owned and operated, but we've been your go-to flooring center since 1986. The reason is simple. We make your flooring project easier. Rather than a tiny sample, upload a photo of your room at endoftheroll.com and instantly see what your dream flooring looks like in your house. Thousands of styles just clicks away. End of the Roll Flooring Centers. We've been flooring Canadians for 4 decades. Visit endoftheroll.com.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
At the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the NHL, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Final score in overtime, it was the Toronto Maple Leafs edging Tampa Bay 4-3. Matthew Nyes with a hat trick in that one. Mitch Marner with 1 goal and 1 assist. Big win for Toronto. Another one went to overtime. It was a crazy game in Minnesota where the Wild come up with an 8-7 victory. As I said, in overtime, Joel Eriksson-Ek with a hat trick. Actually scored 4 goals in that one. Kirill Kaprizov with 2 goals, including the winner in overtime, and Macklin Celebrini, who we'll see here on Friday night with a hat trick, but it wasn't enough for San Jose tonight. The other games still going on right now. They are in the second period, I believe, yes, and Anaheim and the Calgary Flames are taking on each other, and Calgary with a 1-0 lead on a Michael Backlund goal, so 1-0 Calgary, that one late in the second period. And we're watching that one very carefully. And we'll talk about that on the post-game show. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Third period coming up next at the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the Intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
Freedom Ford is kicking off the new year with incredible savings. Save up to $16,000 on remaining 2024 models with 0% financing and huge discounts. It's the perfect time to upgrade to a brand new vehicle. Freedom Ford is making room for 2025 models, so these deals won't last long. Visit Freedom Ford today and start the new year in style. Don't miss out. Drive into 2025 with unbeatable savings before it's too late.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're getting ready for the third period. Edmonton has a 2-1 lead on the St. Louis Blues. Goals by Connor Brown and Vasily Podkolzin in the second period. Ryan Suter scoring for the Blues to start here in the first period. They just dropped the puck once. It wasn't good. They'll do it again. Shots are 16-12 for the Blues. All right, we're underway here in the third period. Nurse went to dump it in. It went off of Fowler. The puck comes to center ice. In over the line, Buchnevich. Cross to the middle. Walking in, scores. Kyrou.
Can't beat yourself. Right off the draw.
Game tied at 2. Kyrou wide open through the slot.
That's a pretty good player. I mean, we're talking about a guy with 3 30-goal seasons, and Oilers gave up. But the play was lost in the neutral ice. They couldn't get to a loose puck, and then right down Main Street for a guy that knows how to finish. 14 seconds into the period.
It's his 34th of the year.
It's the wrong guy to get the puck there, Cam.
Got that right. And we're tied at 2. As the Blues get to even terms. Fowler up the left wing. His pass blocked by Bouchard. Brought in. Brown across to Bouchard. Can't get it towards the net. Falk in the right wing corner to the blue line and just out with it. Fired back in by Brown. Binnington to stop it. Goes to Falk in the right corner. Now out through the middle. Hit Neighbors in the skate. Following it up is Fowler. Into the Edmonton end. Centering pass. That goes on net and is saved by Pickard as that hit a leg going towards the goal. Jeff Skinner can get it to the line and out. And now to Brown. Brown into the Blues zone through the middle. And McDavid got held. Penalty coming up to the Blues. McDavid on the right wing to the point to Bouchard. We're tied at 2 in the third. To McDavid to Bouchard. Down the left wing, Kulak to the corner. Back up the left wing boards to the line and went off the stick of Bouchard. It came out. Oilers regroup. Delayed penalty coming up to St. Louis and they touch it. McDavid to the line. It gets between Bouchard and Kulak and out. Arvidsson into the Blues zone on the right wing. For McDavid, right wing corner. To the point to Kulak. Across to Nurse, to Kulak on the right.
What a puck on the net here,
to Nurse to the left, over to Kulak. Skates to the middle. His shot, save, rebound, scores! Victor Arvidsson with the rebound. And the Oilers have a 3-2 lead.
Cam, what do they do?
Put it to the net.
Put it to the net. Arvidsson's going to pick up his 14th goal of the season.
And the Edmonton Oilers with a 3-2 lead, minute 41 into the third.
Nurse will draw the second assist on Kulak's primary.
The Oilers will not go on the power play now.
You'll take the goal.
You'll take the goal. They score on the delayed penalty. And Pickard on the bench for the extra attacker. And the Edmonton Oilers restore the 1-goal lead. Suter to Tucker up the right wing, too far for Bolduc. That's icing against the Blues.
Bolduc's had a very good season. A season in which you would go, his NHL numbers were better than the AHL numbers a year ago. You don't often see that. But he's got 18 goals and 33 points in 69 games, and he's plus 19.
Face off to the right of Binnington. Arvidsson from Kulak and Nurse. A minute 41 in. It's a 3-2 Edmonton lead. Off the draw, puck to the middle. Perry shot off the arm of Binnington, and it goes out of play.
And that was one where the seas parted for Corey Perry, who's got 16 this year, and I think that's frankly been a pleasant surprise. 16, and he's had 6 fights.
Just off the right shoulder of Binnington. Edmonton will make a change.
See how this Henrique unit responds after being on the ice for the goal against. Arvidsson back out there. He scored the go-ahead goal. With the Guardian pulled, the extra man.
Tucker behind his goal to Suter. It goes to the right wing boards. Hyman jams it back in behind the net. Tucker tries to poke it up to the line. He does. And it's brought out. It's Kyrou into the Oiler end. Runs into Kulak. Loose puck behind the goal. Up to Arvidsson on the right wing. Now to center ice to Hyman. Got it to the line, and it goes into the right wing corner of Blues territory. Rim. Emberson right point. Get it across the one-timer. Save made by Bennington coming across. And puck comes free. Hyman, the shot off a stick and just wide. Arvidsson got all of that one-timer. Bennington, that was a good save as Emberson will keep it in. To the left wing boards to Arvidsson. Into the left corner to Hyman. Knocked away from him. Goes to the blue line where Kulak will keep it in. The Oilers will make a change. 3-2 Oilers lead. 2:45 gone here in the third period. Tucker up the right wing. Off of Walker. Goes into the Edmonton bench. Arvidsson gets another good chance. The hard shot.
Yeah, he got a lot on it. It was a real good look there.
As Emberson got the pass across to him. Yamark will take the face-off outside the Edmonton blue line. Or not. He's out of it. Kicked out of the face-off circle. Todd Colson will take the draw. Todd Colson wins it to himself. Comes into the blue zone, off the right wing boards, into the corner, runs into Broberg. Puck goes over to Walker of the Blues. Got it to center ice, and Kulak quickly in over the line to Perry. The shot and a pad save made by Bennington. Gets to the blue line.
Nice play by Kulak to break that up.
Foxo will lift it up, goes off his Stetcher. Stetcher inside his own end. Behind the net for Brett Kulak. Kulak up to center ice to Kapanen on the right. Skips it on net. Bennington got it over to the boards. That's hacked out of play.
Went off a stick.
And it went off a stick, so it won't be a penalty. It'll be a face-off in the blue zone. 3:38 gone here in the third. 3-2 Oilers lead. Oilers' first game back after a 2-2 road trip. Wins in Vegas and San Jose, losses in Anaheim and Los Angeles. Face off to the right of Bennington. Oilers are at home Friday. San Jose is here. In the right wing corner. Ball through the middle off of Shen. Puck brought right back in. Here's McDavid with speed. In over the line. The shot. Oh, off the outside of the net. He had Bennington down and out. McDavid after in the right corner. Let's say knocked down with a high stick.
Bennington got lucky there. But he stayed with it. He fought to make the save.
Oh, the speed by Connor McDavid. Flying into the zone and off the outside of the net.
I mean, he walked Justin Holt there.
Face off outside the St. Louis blue line.
Braden Shen would know Noah Phillips' story because you know who Braden Shen's brother-in-law is. Former Red Deer Rebel.
Who's that?
Wayne Peterson.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. Puck in behind the Edmonton goal. There's on the left wing. Gets into the left wing corner of the Edmonton end now in skates. As they try to dig it out. Phil had it for a moment. Chopped loose. Snuggerud through the slot, but all the way over to the left wing. Neighbors behind the net to Shen. Then lost it to Bouchard up the right wing. Kapanen got it out. Won't be hard enough for icing. After it is Jones. He's going to get to it. Jones, the chance. Save by Bennington. And Jones ran into Bennington. And he's going to be slow to get up. What a drive.
That better not be a penalty. We got pushed in by Tucker on the play.
There wasn't one being called.
There was not one being called.
Jones had to one-hand that on net.
This is his second best game that he's had. Best one, as you know, was his first one.
Yep.
It was all world that night. Bennington's.
Looks like he's going to be all right.
Yep.
Face-off will be to Bennington's right. 3-2 Oiler lead here in the third period. Henrique wins the draw. Puck to the line. Kulak shot. Sails just wide. Emberson will keep it in. Behind the net to Hyman. Hyman to the right wing. Off the right wing glass. And it's Kyrou to get it out to center ice to Buchnevich to Kyrou. And checked by Henrique. Henrique got it out to the neutral zone. Turned right back in and trying to go towards the net was Thomas. Puck goes in behind the goal. Kyrou on the end boards with Kulak. Kyrou had it knocked off his stick. Buchnevich to Kyrou. Near the top of the circle, and it was just played out off the stick of Hyman, and right back in with it. Buchnevich on the left wing. Puck to Jordan Kyrou, top of the circle. Cycle it to Thomas to the middle to Kyrou. That shot, Buchnevich scores. Pavel Buchnevich at the side of the net, got two whacks at it, and ties the game at 3.
This line for Edmonton's getting killed against the stop line for St. Louis. Chris Knobloch's going to have to maybe look at a different matchup here. And give them credit. They've loaded up their 3 best offensive players in the same line. Buchnevich is a highly skilled player. And they threw it around and worked a short cycle. And Kyrou got stopped, but finding the rebound and unable to get the right pad there was Calvin Pickard.
So Buchnevich eventually able to put that in.
But they got one line. I talked about it during the intermission on Rogers. Like, the Oilers got to do a good job against that line. And that line's got them twice here in this period.
Buchnevich is 19th of the year. He's got goals in 4 straight games. 5:25 time of the goal. Kyrou picks up an assist. We're tied at 3 here at Rogers Place. Puck shot into the Oilers zone, but it goes off his stick over the glass. Not a play. We'll get a neutral zone face-off. Kyrou and Thomas.
I mean, really, Cam, they're creating all of their havoc off of one line in this game. They got a lucky break on the shorty because there was 2 calls that could have been made that didn't get called.
At center ice, Brown trying to dig it out. He's up against the boards. It does go to Fowler of St. Louis. Now on the right, looking for Bolduc. Missed him. It's icing against the Blues. Tied at 3 here in the third. It was the Blues scoring early in the third period. Jordan Kyrou tied at 2. Oilers go ahead. Minute 41 into the third. Victor Arvidsson and Pavel Buchnevich scoring here. 5:25 into this period, tying the game at 3. Face off in the blue zone to the right of Binnington. Falk in the right wing corner, up the boards. Doesn't get out. McDavid gets control. Get it to Brown. Go to the right side. McDavid out of the right wing corner to the point. Bouchard is shot, tipped towards the net. Skinner trying to find the handle, couldn't get a shot. And up the right wing, Walker will get it out for the Blues. At center ice, one hands it in. It's on the end boards. Bolduc on the end boards with Bouchard. Brown into the corner. Bolduc gets a loose puck to the point to Tucker. He's on the right. Rounded behind the net, past Foxa. The Suter had pinched in from the left side. They'll stay in. Colson to Nurse. Over to Bouchard. The right wing for Janmark. To Podkolzin. Comes into the blue zone. To the right corner. A backhand that goes off of Binnington from a sharp angle. And Foxa will get it out. Kulak's going to go in behind his own goal. Stop back there. On the right right wing to Podkolzin. Snaps a pass up the left side. They get shot in by Perry. The puck to the right wing corner. Podkolzin up against the boards. To the right wing point to Stetcher. Dumps it right back around. Yamark in behind the goal with it. This pass got picked off by Toropchenko. Over to Suter inside his own blue line for St. Louis. Up in the air and out, right through the middle. It'll get to Thomas. The shot! Saved by Pickard off of Robert Thomas as he got sprung up the middle. Thomas with it, left wing corner. Off his stick, goes in behind the net, comes back to Thomas. Centering pass blocked. He'll get it back to the blue line. Broberg shot blockered away by Pickard. We're tied at 3. We're in the third. Thomas, left wing corner to Buchnevich. Now to Broberg. To Kyrou, to Buchnevich on the point. Left wing corner to Thomas. Thomas up against the boards. Emerson's on him. It gets to the line and it comes out.
Right now, it doesn't look like anybody, the Oilers have anybody that can handle this line from the Blues.
Puck skipped into the Edmonton zone. 8 minutes into the third period. Tied at 3.
And they're their 3 best offensive players. They don't have Holloway going.
Nurse will get it out. Long pass on the right wing. Henrique in over the Blues line. Pass across.
Home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Following a scoreless first period, Michael Backlund scored in the second to make it 1-0 Flames, but Trevor Zegras has scored in the third to tie the game for the Ducks. We are bringing you this game from the South Point Toyota broadcast booth. The Get In and Go event is on now at South Point Toyota. For the best inventory and the best interest rates of the year, as low as 0%, visit my friends under the tower at South Point Toyota. Vic, Calgary out shooting Anaheim 30-19, and I think the Flames have been the better of the two teams tonight, but the Ducks have been coming on in this third period.
Well, and I think the Flames just in this entire third period have been a little bit flat to me, haven't generated much at all, have been more on their heels, and from a defensive standpoint, more turnovers and loose in their coverage as well. We'll need to button things up here.
Faceoff coming up to Wolf's right. Morgan Frost left the hockey game and has not come back. Actually, he's left the game twice. Came back the first time, has not come back the second time. Ducks with an offensive zone draw. Back to the left point. Minchikov with a shot. Wide of Wolf's net. Ellison, and off the right point, shoots, and that puck deflects off Coleman and goes wide of the net. And now Anderson lifted up and out. Coronado gloves it down and tries to make a pass that's blocked, but he gets it back, and now he's going to skate it in. Coronado gets forced into the far corner. Tries to feed it in front, but his pass is blocked by Minchikov, and now Strome will flip the puck out to center. Grano trying to get by Anderson. Fans call the penalty. The referees do not. Looks like they might owe the Flames 1 or 2. Although the Flames have had lots of power play opportunities tonight and just have not been able to capitalize. Backlund will cross the Ducks line and pitchfork the puck in behind the net. Now less than 7 minutes remaining in regulation time in this 1-1 game. Minchikov lugs it up the left wing side and drops it off to Ellison. Ellison across his blue line, bounce it up the near boards. His pass to Zegras is picked off by Pospisil, who plays the puck to Farabee, and he'll backhand it into the far corner. Zellweger trying to clear, can't. Pospisil knocks it down, slides it to Sharon Govich, rims it around to the right point. Weegar gets there in time to keep it in and gives it to Pospisil, who shoots, and Husso makes a good blocker save. Here's Hanley.
Well, Braden Shen through 2 periods was 9-1. So going already here against Shen. And Shen won it.
Shen wins it. Fowler up the left wing to the blue line. Phil battles, kept it in for a moment. Snuggerud up the right side, gets to center ice, he'll shoot it in. Stetcher to Phil. Up the left wing to Jones. Pushed off of it. It's at the Edmonton blue line. Kulak gets to center ice, puts it high in the air, bounces right wing corner. Along the boards is Phil. Jones trying to poke it through to Phil. Tucker up the left wing to Neighbors to get it up in the air and out.
You'll take that, though, from your fourth line, neutralizing their second line.
Kulak stops at the Edmonton blue line. Across to Bouchard. Bouchard now to Connor Brown. Brown softly off the right wing boards and in with it. Falk around, but it won't get out. Bouchard towards the net. And that goes off of Falk across to Buchnevich. Buchnevich with Jeff Skinner taking him over to the boards. McDavid gets the loose puck. His pass across the line. It's picked off. Cairo in over the Edmonton blue line. Buchnevich, and coming back was Nurse. He'll give it to Brown. Into the blue zone. The shot save made by Binnington. And the rebound. Skinner couldn't get it. And Buchnevich to center ice for St. Louis. Out of Cairo in the corner to Thomas. His pass off a stick. And it's Bouchard for Edmonton. We're tied at 3. We're in the third. We're almost to the halfway mark of the third period. Bouchard into the blue zone on the right wing. His shot, that just goes wide of the net. Walker will come out with it for the Blues. Into the Edmonton end. Hacked away from him. And Corey Perry up the right wing. At center ice, will shoot it in. Puck Colson goes after it. Runs into Leddy. Puck along the boards. Leddy took a hard hit there from Pod Colson, and the puck to center ice. Sundqvist into the Edmonton end. Long shot. Stick save made by Pickard. Bolduc will let it go. That misses. Kulak in behind the Edmonton net. Right wing off of Emberson. Up to the line and out. Sundqvist in his own zone to Tucker. They'll slow it up. Both teams making some changes. Tucker, center ice to Shen, and he can shoot it in. Neighbors, left wing corner to Shen. Behind the net, wanted to get it to Neighbors. Bouchard got the puck up the right wing.
This is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Eastside Dodge and Shane Holmes. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
When you choose Motorworks, you know you're getting the best service for your BMW. But did you know they also work on minis in their state-of-the-art facility? Always meeting or beating competitors' quotes. Motorworks, exceeding all expectations. On 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast.
Darcy Chenor here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Lanny, you know what I'm excited about? Trucks.
Anything else?
More trucks. Trucks that tow, trucks that haul, trucks that are fun to drive, trucks with no tariffs. Spring clearance is on. Ram Heavy Duty 2500 and 3500 up to $14,000 off, or lease a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Sport for only $329 bi-weekly.
Some might say you have a one-truck mind. See, I have jokes too. Hurry into Eastside Dodge and tell them Lenny sent you.
Choose Motorworks for your BMW and Mini. With their state-of-the-art facility, they offer the latest tools and software, plus they meet or beat all competitors' quotes by 15%. Motorworks, exceeding all expectations. On 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, Dustin Wolf and the Flames will continue their fight for a Stanley Cup playoff spot on Friday night when they'll return to Scotiabank Saddledome and to Sportsnet 960 The Fan to take on Kirill Kaprizov and the Wild. Live from the Hot Stove.
Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca. Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
8:50 to go in the third period. Tied at 3. The Oilers and the Blues. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're here at Rogers Place. Ryan Suter, Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich have scored for the Blues. It's been Connor Brown, Vasily Podkolzin, Victor Arvidsson for Edmonton. Connor McDavid, Darnell Nurse, each with a couple of assists. Robert Thomas has a couple of assists. Buchnevich has got a three-point night going. And the puck hits center. Fowler will shoot it in off the left wing board. Sturson behind the Edmonton goal. With Buchnevich on him. Will go across to the right. Poked into the corner by Brown. Behind the net to Nurse. Wrapped on the left for Skinner. Going to lose it. Buchnevich on the right wing. The shot from the point. That one doesn't get through. And getting it out is Bouchard. Long pass. The breakaway to Skinner. The shot. Oh! Just put it wide after he had Binnington down. Great chance there for Jeff Skinner.
That is crazy. I mean, he made an unreal move. Looked like Darryl Sittler in the 1976 Canada
ice. Stumped in by Podkolzin. Left wing corner, up to the top of the circle. Schenn will get it out. What a chance for the Oilers. Dumped in by Schenn, tied at 3, 7:49 to go in the third period. Kulak behind the goal will go out through the middle, and following the play is Perry. He'll get in over the line. Perry on the right wing. Now to the end boards, taken to the boards by Broberg. It squeezes loose over to Leddy. Up the right wing to Snuggerud. Lost it at the Edmonton blue line. Gets it back, shoots it in. Kulak up the right wing to Stetcher. Into the blue zone. Stetcher rimming the puck. Bolduc got his stick on it just to get it out. And Bolduc will bring the puck in to the middle for Faksa. And he was tied up, unable to shoot it. Kapanen with it in the neutral zone for the Oilers. There's Stetcher, will loop back into his own end. Stetcher through the middle, past Philp, down the ice. That goes off the outside of the net. Will be an icing call against Edmonton with 6:55 to go in the third, and the game tied at 3.
Well, this is a big draw for Noah Philp. Back in the Oilers zone. They're going to get their big guns out on the ice here. He needs to soft.
Yeah, Skinner faked the shot. He got Binnington to bite. And as he pulled it past him, just missed. It was a pretty sharp angle, though.
Philp won the draw there.
Yep, he did. And Bouchard rims on the right wing to Kapanen. To the line, Kyrou brought it in. It's offside against the Blues. Oilers can make the change now after the offside call. See who the Blues are throwing out there, and will respond with Hyman, Henrique, and Arvidsson. Bouchard with it inside the Edmonton end. On the backhand, up in the air and out. At center ice, Henrique can dump it in. It'll go to Hyman, left wing corner. Turns it up the left wing board. Cycles the puck to Arvidsson. To the point for Bouchard. Hit Faksa with it. It'll get to the line and out. Henrique to Nurse. He's in his end to Bouchard. On the right, off the stick of Arvidsson. It goes into Blues territory. Fowler. Up the right wing to Walker. Poked off his stick nicely by Arvidsson, and Henrique into the left wing corner in his own zone. Gave it to Kulak, and now on the right wing to Stetcher. Stetcher stops at the Edmonton blue line. Swings it right back in. Over to Brett Kulak up the left. And it's Kulak as he cut to the middle. He had his stick lifted. But following the play, McDavid, right wing to Brown. Off the boards and into the blue zone. Leddy into the corner. Leddy will jam that to the middle. It won't get out. Kulak keeps it in. His shot and a glove save by Binnington as Kulak brought it in from the point. We're going to take a break with 5:35 to go in the third period. Oilers and Blues tied at 3 from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. And there it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton comes all the way back!
Play Alberta has hundreds of casino games right at your fingertips. Join thousands discovering why Fortune Coin is one of Alberta's most popular games. Fill your reels with golden coins. Multiply your prizes up to 6 times and turn good spins into legendary ones. Land the Fortune Coin symbol to win cash. Trigger the jackpot. Launch the free spins bonus and watch as the dragon takes over your screen. New players get 100 free spins only on playalberta.ca. Claim your offer today. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at Rogers Place. Tied at 3, Oilers and Blues. 5:35 to go in the third period. Face off in the St. Louis zone to the right of Jordan Binnington. McDavid, Skinner, and Brown out there for the Oilers. Nurse and Bouchard on defense. The puck gets flipped up. It was hit by a high stick. But it was an Oiler high stick touched by the Blues. It will go to Bouchard, and he can dump the puck in. Left wing corner, Falk after it. Up the right wing for Kyrou. He got it out. It goes into the Oiler zone. Buchnevich to the left wing corner. Up against the boards. Off of Thomas to the middle of the ice, and it's McDavid. Out with it through center. Float it to the right wing corner of the Blues zone. Thomas trying to get it out. And he will as he goes across to Buchnevich. Now to Thomas. Into the Oiler end. Thomas will shoot it. He whistled it over the Edmonton net. As he was using Nurse as the screen, and the puck cleared out by Podkolzin. It will be icing. Albeit barely. The crowd doesn't agree.
Out-of-town update, Pizza 73. The Anaheim Ducks rallied from a 3-1 deficit to beat the Calgary Flames 4-3 in overtime. Cutter Gauthier, 2 more goals, game tire and game winner. So Calgary, by my count, is up to 88 points with 4 games left. The Oilers are at 93, with this one still in debate with 5 games technically left.
Well, Calgary drops a point to Minnesota tonight, right? Yep. Minnesota won. Goes to the blue line. Broberg off the left wing boards to Neighbors. And behind the net to Shen. Comes over to the right to the middle. That shot, and that was blocked by Bouchard as Snuggerud let it go. And to center ice, it's Brown. He'll shoot it into the blue zone, and the puck goes to the corner. They're going to tie it up. Podkolzin trying to get it loose. He does. To Perry. Back to the left wing point. Kulak towards the net. The bank shot hops over the stick of Janmark on the right. Neighbors got it to center. To Snuggerud. He'll dump it in.
I think we're down a 3-line game here for Edmonton.
Yep. Up the left wing. The pass to Arvidsson. Past him and down the ice. Icing the call against the Oilers. 4:03 to go here in the third.
Well, the problem for the Oilers is the Blues have absolutely dominated faceoffs in this game. They've won 62% through the first 2 periods, and 2 straight D-zone draws here for Edmonton. And it's Janmark who's 41% on the season.
Face off to the right, Calvin Pickard.
Fox has a 57% Cam. Boys got to go in there and help support Matias, who's a winger who's stepped up and played center with some of the absences in Edmonton's lineup. Obviously, Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins, to name a couple.
They tie up on the draw. It's in the corner. Kulak's against the boards. They get it in behind the net to Emberson. Off the left wing boards and out. And it just goes over the stick of Tucker down into the blue zone. Tucker out from behind his net. It's a long pass. Toropchenko can shoot it in. Fox will pass that over to the wing. There's nobody there. Back for it. Bouchard bumps it over to Nurse. He can go through the middle. It hits a stick. It goes to Henrique. He'll bring it in. His shot, and he put it high and wide. On the right wing, it does come out. Tied at 3. We're in the third. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in this third period. Kulak with it in behind the Edmonton goal. Kulak up to center ice to Stetcher. 1 touches to McDavid through the middle. Can't get a shot through. Tried, but
Connor thought he was hacked there.
It's top of the circle, and the puck cleared out. Bouchard to McDavid. Throws it across. Now on the right, it's Bouchard. Pulls it. Got tripped. Penalty 3 coming up to the Blues with 2:38 to go here in the third, and the game tied at 3, and Edmonton goes on the power play.
Well, that time, Evan Bouchard elected to activate from the point, and the Oilers get just their second power play of the game to work with. St. Louis scored after the melee resulted in a neutralized draw, a PK goal for the Blues, Ryan Suter, and I think we're going to see a timeout here. Maybe, or it's a little gamesmanship in Edmonton buying an extra second or two.
Taking their time. Okay. So Walker's gone to the penalty box for the Blues. The Edmonton Oilers go on the power play. Power play brought to you by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Tied at 3 here with 2:38 to go in the third.
They got Robert Thomas out here killing, along with Buchnevich looking for the counter strike.
Blues do have a shorthanded goal in this game in the first period. McDavid takes the draw. And there's the even up call as McDavid's going to get called for holding.
All the stuff he fights through. He's had 2 calls tonight.
So that was 3 seconds in, so it's basically 4-on-4.
Well, you're going to have to do it without him.
Okay. Face off in the Edmonton zone to the right of Calvin Pickard. Enrique against Shen. Puck goes into the corner, comes out to Shen, and just off of Pickard into the right wing point. Falk down the right side to Shen. Shen forced up to the line and out. Shen with a great chance there to give the Blues the lead. He got that pass from Kyrou. Roddy into the Oilers zone. Shen has it left wing to Falk in the corner. Falk up the left wing boards to the blue line to Fowler, brings it to the middle. Now over to the right wing. Cross the line over to Falk. The one-timer and the save made by Pickard. And he squeezes it, holds on with 1:55 to go here in the third, and the game tied at 3.
It's just the worst-case scenario for Edmonton. They don't have McDavid. He's in the box. Leon and Nugent Hopkins not available. They would surely be out in a 4-on-4 situation. So now it's Janmark. Another, again, it's going to have to dig in. The Oilers are going to have to support him off the draw here defensively.
To the right of Pickard will be the face-off. Janmark to Stetcher. Behind the goal to Kulak as he comes up the left wing. Wanted to pass to Janmark, but he's going to the Oiler bench, so Kulak holds on to it. Gave it to Jeff Skinner, got checked right at the blue line. Buchnevich go back into his end.
Wind it up here, Cam.
He's got 3 points here tonight, does Pavel Buchnevich. Gives the puck to Thomas. Thomas goes back. Thomas points in 10 straight now to Buchnevich. Buchnevich off the right wing boards to himself. Top of the circle, now to the line. It comes across on the right to Leddy, but he's in the right wing corner. Leddy goes over to the left. He's got it up against the boards, and it was Kulak to dig it out of his skates. Left wing to Skinner, now to Hyman. Hyman in over the St. Louis blue line. Into the corner to Stetcher. We're into the last minute here in the third. Tied at 3. The Oilers, the Blues. Stetcher comes out of the zone.
You got to find a way. No matter what, you got to get a point here if you're Edmonton with 50. So you go for the win, yes, if you have the chance.
Connor Brown through the neutral zone into the Blues end on the left, off the boards and in. 40 seconds left, tied at 3. Fowler. Walker's come out of the box. He gets the breakaway pass. The shot saved by Pickard. And the puck goes over to the right wing. Nurse had come back and got a piece of Walker, and the puck to center ice. And it's McDavid down the right wing. He's out of the box. Goes in behind the net, in front, the backhand. Scores! Connor Brown has given the Oilers a 4-3 lead.
this game. 11th goal of the season for Connor Brown. All that he went through last year coming off the torn ACL. This after Pickard made a great save on a net drive from Nathan Walker. McDavid comes back and drops a short side pass, and Brown pool cues one home on the backhand. And the Edmonton Oilers have a 4-3 lead with 20 seconds left. McDavid with 3 assists.
Crazy. After the Pickard save, it go all the way down, and Edmonton gets a great chance. And that was after Walker had come out of the penalty box against the partial break.
Are they challenging something here, or is he trying to get a timeout? The Oilers have
I think they're doing a timeout. They got the whiteboard down there. Buying some time.
I don't know, man. No? I wonder whether or not are they. I mean, what do you got to lose? Were they offside of the blue line?
No, they just time out. They were just buying time.
He's a good coach, boy. Jim Montgomery.
Well, Connor Brown with the go-ahead goal, second of the night, 11th of the year from Connor McDavid. Edmonton Oilers have a 4-3 lead.
Yeah, look at those support scoring tonight, though.
Yeah. Well, you had to have it. You only had 5 defensemen. That, too.
Yeah, real gutty performance tonight for Edmonton. And they're not even going to screw around.
No, Binnington in the box. You do yourself a lot of good winning this faceoff. Hyman, McDavid with Nurse and Kulak for Edmonton. 6-on-5, Binnington on the bench. Thomas taking the draw for the Blues. They drop it, puck goes to the right wing. Kyrou will get it in, but he's tied up along the boards. It goes to the blue line, but chopped into the right wing corner. Sent in front and just off the stick of Neighbors. It's in behind the goal. 5 seconds left. Nurse holding it up against the boards, but we get the whistle. The net is off. Clock's still going, but they'll fix that.
It's at least 3 seconds left.
Oh, yeah, at least. Oilers still got to win a face-off here.
4.4 by my count.
Oilers still got to win another face-off.
You got a face-off outside the line here? No. They're going upstairs to figure out
just to make sure they got the time right.
3.9. I thought it was 4.4.
Okay.
Eagle-eye stopper letting you down there. Got to get it.
You're in the ballpark.
Get a tie-up off the draw. I think they're going to swing it across if they can get a direct draw back.
Henrique against Shen. It goes to the line. The shot, that's blocked by McDavid. And the Edmonton Oilers will hang on to win this one. 4-3 over the Blues.
Well, they needed that one, and Connor McDavid eats an absolute bomb right off the draw.
It broke his stick in half, but the shot never did get through. And the Edmonton Oilers win it 4-3. A late goal by Connor Brown. Calvin Pickard, 21st win of the year.
At the end of the day, Calvin Pickard was one save better than Jordan Binnington tonight. Gave up one fewer goal. This was a Grant Fuhr special tonight from Calvin Pickard.
And the Oilers get the win. 45th of the year. Late goal by Connor Brown.
Well, traditionally, if you get to 95 points, you make the playoffs. The Oilers are at 95 points. And there's 7 points up on the Flames. Vancouver can no longer catch Edmonton. They wouldn't have caught him anyways because the Oilers had the head-to-head against Vancouver, just like Edmonton's got the head-to-head against Calgary. So there you go.
Yeah. Oilers haven't clinched yet, but they're going to. They had to have Flames lose in regulation tonight. But we can head downstairs as Brendan Escott standing by with Vasily Podkolzin.
Obviously a pretty excited group walking past here. Vasily, just take me through what was obviously a back-and-forth game, big time between you and St. Louis, one of the hottest teams in the league coming in tonight, and you guys take care of business.
Yeah, we knew it for sure. It was a big game. It was a good game. So we played, I guess, consistently good. We played respond, and we just play a little bit better in our zone, that's why we win.
I don't know what time you guys found out he was playing, but just how big a boost was it to get your captain back in the lineup tonight?
We found out right before the game, I found out right before the game. That was great to have a captain back, and that was huge for us.
Finally, what does a win like this mean for your group as the season's starting to wind down here and you've got sights set on playoffs, no doubt?
Yeah, it's build, respond, and we played it without two big guys in our team, and that's kind of character built, and that was huge for us.
Thanks, Vasily.
Thank you,
guys.
There you go. Brendan Escott downstairs with Vasily Podkolzin. I love the enthusiasm in Vasily's voice.
Think of what happened here with Vasily. I have no idea why, Rick Tocchet, would he not be a Rick Tocchet type of player? I mean, he gives you meat and potatoes. That's what he gives you. There's no flash in his game, but he's tough. He is tough. He's a hard player. He finishes every hit. He can kill penalties. And he's good on puck retrievals offensively, so he keeps plays. I have no idea why it didn't work for Vancouver. They gave up a fourth rounder to get him. That's nothing.
Yeah.
The Oilers. So, but he gets one tonight. Connor Brown with the pair. Victor Arvidsson. Support scoring. That's what the Oilers needed. And they're basically now 1 point away from securing a playoff spot.
Solid win for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid, 3 assists in this game. Calvin Pickard, good in goal, and the Edmonton Oilers win it 4-3 over St. Louis. You got San Jose coming in here on Friday, an opportunity for Edmonton to lock up a spot in the playoffs, but you just want to keep playing well as you're heading towards the 100%. Postseason, and maybe you get some players back for Friday. Who knows?
Maybe Nugent Hopkins, possibly Wallman. We're not quite sure what it is with Wallman. I'm thinking he might have tweaked. It looked like to me he might have tweaked a core situation, but we have no anything official on that. Just in the last game. Bottom line is the team gutted out the victory. McDavid. 3 assists in his return to drive it. Calvin Pickard again.
Oh, yeah. Just solid. Solid for Calvin Pickard. 24 saves. He gets the win. That's his 21st of the year. Edmonton improves to 45-28-5. St. Louis has now dropped 2 in a row. They dropped to 43-30-7. So it was Connor Brown, Vasily Podkolzin, Victor Arvidsson, and then Connor Brown with the game winner. With 20 seconds left in the game, Connor McDavid with 3 assists, Ryan Suter, Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich scoring for the Blues. Buchnevich had a couple of assists. He had a 3-point night. The Edmonton Oilers win this one 4-3 with a late goal by Connor Brown over the St. Louis Blues. Our Rogers post-game show is coming up next.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers post-game show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
Walker's come out of the box. He gets the breakaway pass. The shot saved by Pickard. And the puck goes over to the right wing. Gerson come back and got a piece of Walker. And the puck to center ice. And it's McDavid down the right wing. He's out of the box. Goes in behind the net in front. The backhand. Scores! Connor Brown has given the Oilers a 4-3 lead.
There you go, and that's the Century Casino Highlight Zone. Century Casinos, all in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport at Century Mile. Welcome to the Winter Zone. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Oil Country, you never miss an Oilers game. Join your fellow fans at Molson Canadian Oil Country headquarter locations every game day. Visit oilcountryhq.com to find out where you can enjoy the game next with a pint of Molson Canadian, the official beer sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. here, you know Alberta's a special place. From the Rockies to the Plains, it's a land of hard work and big dreams. If you're going to tackle it all, you need a truck that can keep up. That's why I can't say enough about my Ford F-150. It's more than a truck. It's a partner. Rugged toughness, serious capability, and smart features that make your life easier, like available Pro Power onboard. The Ford F-150. Get yours today at your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Oil Country, you never miss an Oilers game. Join your fellow fans at Molson Canadian Oil Country headquarter locations every game day. Visit oilcountryhq.com to find out where you can enjoy the game next with a pint of Molson Canadian, the official beer sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers.
This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Let's bring a order inside the game. Analyst Rob Brown is... We are in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for a year. Rob, the Oilers gutted this one out.
They did. And, I mean, it starts, obviously, with Connor McDavid coming back into the lineup. He had jump right from the get-go. I know that he was scoreless in the first period, but he just created turnovers, created scoring chances, just created mayhem for the St. Louis Blues defense. And then the second and third period, he took over. A fantastic hockey game, but one of the things that you like right now for the Edmonton Oilers, they didn't get off to the start they wanted to the season, and a lot of players that they expected or hoped would have big seasons didn't. Arvidsson, one of them. We've seen him as of late pick it up offensively. Connor Brown, he has another 2. I think he's got 3 in his last 4. But Coles and the pucks weren't going in the net for him. He scores a goal tonight. Jeff Skinner, I thought, had an excellent hockey game in this one.
Well, he battled back. He had a tough first.
He had a tough first shift. Yeah. And I could see his frustration. He got cross-checked in the head, and then his shirt pulled on the back check, so I could see the frustration. But he fought through. I mean, unbelievable move he makes on the breakaway. The execution wasn't there as he missed the wide open net, but he had Binnington down and out. Entertaining game. Pickard, as you just said to Cam, out-dueled Team Canada's gold medal winning goalie. And then guys that you wanted to, who needed to show something tonight. I thought the fourth line for the Edmonton Oilers was good with Philip Jones and Kapanen. And
Philip had a really
good game, creating, using his body, getting pucks in deep. And then there's a defensive competition going on right now between Stetcher and Emberson. Both of them want to be number 6 going into the playoffs. They both get a chance to play tonight and get big minutes, and I thought both were good. So this was a game where, yeah, there's mistakes. There's always going to be mistakes, but the Oilers beat a very good hockey club, and full credit.
That top line was flying.
For which team? Both teams.
Yeah, but I mean, the Thomas, Kyrou, and Buchnevich were just thrown at her.
It was pretty to watch. It really is.
These guys are going to be a tough out, Rob, when they get Holloway and Parayko back. But there's another team that's going to get Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Frederick, Kane.
But if you're looking at the Western Conference right now, and Minnesota tonight got Eriksson and Kaprizov back, they scored 6 goals combined in the game tonight, those 2 players. I think that every team right now could think, you know what, we have a chance. We have a chance to represent the Western Conference. The Western Conference is deep. The St. Louis Blues, hottest team in the National Hockey League, they might be the second wild card team going into the playoffs. So there's a bunch of good things that are coming from these injuries to the Edmonton Oilers. That's players getting opportunities to showcase what they're capable of doing. Confidence being built because they're getting more touches on the ice. The offense is starting to come for these players. The next 4 games don't mean as much. They still have a chance at second place, but stay healthy and go into the playoffs feeling good about yourself. This was a nice win for the team.
Rob, San Jose up on Friday. We assume Nugent Hopkins back for sure. We'll see on one of the 2D. We'll get some clarity from Chris Knobloch coming up on Jake Wallman. Hopefully it's just a precautionary measure that they kept him out. But the Oilers have got it. I mean, they win the game, and they're 100% in the playoffs and in the 3-hole in the Pacific Division.
They're 100% in the playoffs no matter what, Bob. But what I watched some of the Minnesota San Jose game tonight, 8-7. San Jose's got Celebrini I believe he had 5 points tonight. That's a team that's playing with no fear. They're going to come in. They're going to trade chances with you. We've seen they've gotten some goaltending over the past little while. When they get goaltending, they can score. It should be a fun night. Hopefully the Oilers will get a little bit more reinforcements. And it is amazing when you add a little bit of skill up front, like 97, how it changes the way your whole team can play.
100%, Rob. Great stuff. We'll talk to you Friday.
Sounds good, Bob.
No Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance Goal of Game. Health, dental, travel. We got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. You are listening to the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Blue-collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit heavymetalequipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
You're tuned in to the Rogers Postgame Show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 CHAD, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
Walker's come out of the box. He gets the breakaway pass. The shot saved by Pickard. And the puck goes over to the right wing. Gerson come back and got a piece of Walker. And the puck to center ice. And it's McDavid down the right wing. He's out of the box. Goes in behind the net in front. The backhand. Scores! Connor Brown has given the Oilers a 4-3 lead.
And that sequence is the plus play of the game, brought to you by Kintelli Protein Plus. With the classic taste of Kintelli and 17 grams of protein, it's the most delicious way to score with your taste buds on and off the ice. All right, there we go. To the Pizza 73 out-of-town scoreboard. It's presented by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Well, you heard Rob Brown allude to it. 4 goals from Joel Eriksson, 2 from Kirill Kaprizov, a 5-point performance from Macklin Celebrini, and it was hot tub time machine night tonight between the Minnesota Wild and the San Jose Sharks, and the Wild win 8-7 as Kaprizov scored the GWG and OT. The Rangers, they're missing the playoffs, man. Who would have thunk it? And they traded away their first-round pick to get JT Miller. And then the Canucks flipped it to Pittsburgh. Rangers lose 8-5 at home to the Philadelphia Flyers, who've been taking on water for a while. Maple Leafs, big win for them in Tampa Bay, second of a back-to-back. They lost last night in Florida, but beat the Lightning 4-3 in overtime. And they had a young gunner that was all over it. Matthew Nyes with the hat-trick, including the GWG and OT. And 2 goals from Cutter Gauthier, who scored twice against Edmonton the other night. He got 2 tonight. Game tire, game winner for Anaheim. They beat the Flames 4-3. Bakersfield doubles up. Henderson 4-2, despite the fact they had 11 players out due to injury. The Edmonton Oil Kings season is over. Tomorrow is the WHL draft. The Oil Kings could get the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. Apparently there's a kid from Red Deer, Madison Schultz. Anyways, this guy's good. Really good. I say from Red Deer? No, he's from Regina. So we'll wait and see where they end up drafting the Edmonton Oil Kings. Their season's over. The Edmonton Oilers got a lot left to play in terms of this season. 4 games left in the regular season, but the Oilers with a late goal from Connor Brown, a second of the game, and they beat the St. Louis Blues 4-3. This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage. You want to go? Counseling services. Let's go! Dental coverage. That was not offside. And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca.
Let's go to the Molson Cup 3 Stars, presented by Molson, the official beer of the Edmonton Oilers. Whether it's Canadian Ultra Export or Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. You must be of legal drinking age. The third star, he was brilliant tonight. Abel Boudinot. He had a goal and 2 assists for St. Louis. Speaking of brilliant, Connor McDavid returned to the lineup. He had 3 assists. He's tonight's second star. Connor Brown, his Erie Otters teammate, with 2 goals, including the game winner. He is tonight's first star. The Rogers postgame shows heard following each of our NHL broadcasts. Oilers return to action Friday night. A victory over San Jose, and they officially clinch a playoff spot. For my play-by-play partners this season, Cam Moon, along with Jack Michaels, Rob Brown, Brent Griffiths, Brendan Eskin, studio producers, Helen Kennedy, to help tonight, David Ashen, and our longtime engineer, the ace himself, Troy Bowler, Bob Stauffer,